Yeah. Okay, I'm one of the ones. A new creation, one who believes I'm a child of God. A holy nation, friend of the king. I'm protected and I'm loved. I'm an heir, so on the seas. I've been forgiven, I have been freed, I have been chosen, I've been redeemed. Okay, I'm one of the ones. One of who? One of the unashamed, unashamed. Never do I hesitate to doubt to call upon his name. Call him mighty God, call him Jesus Christ. He's the King of Kings, he's the one who reigns. He's the Alpha, Omega, Jehovah, and we give him glory because he is the one. Yeah, though we walk through the valley, we will not fear any evil. We running and not growing weary, and soaring on wings like we eagles. We getting rid of our pride and stepping away from our ego. We keep our lips from telling lies, our tongues from speaking the evil. We got on the armor of God, the belt, the truth, the shoes, the peace. We know that the devil's a lie. The word about him will lose and sleep. We been depending on God. He said his grace is all we need. So where we keeping our minds? We keeping our minds stayed on me. Cause he is the one. I done been in the world, but I never been friends with the world. Maybe because I'm not of the world, I don't follow the world. Even if I'm meant to take an L, then it's probably out of this world. I'm a model of the world, I'm a represent God on this earth. In and outside of the church, the Father is first. I don't have a physical Bible, but baby, my Bible at work. I know God is the one that supplies me with all that I need. That is through Jesus Christ, and I'm certain that all things are possible if you believe. So keep on speaking life. I know from the love of God that nothing can separate me. Not even death, either life. I know poverty catches up with too much slumber or sleep. So I'ma just sleep at night, and the Lord is my strength. But who should I be afraid of? I fall on my knees and repent. He's better than what I done gave her. If I am the one being sent, Satan gon' see what I'm made of. Man, if you had any sins, I'm telling you now, he would change her. It's a delicate thing when I say I'm a step for the king. I put that on everything. With a mess, I'm clean. I don't mess with the devilish things. I love and respect Elohim. He be setting us free. We know that all things are working together, declare and decree. Do you know of all the things God is preparing for me? No, it's never been seen. Okay, I'm one of the ones, a new creation, one who believes I'm a child of God, a holy nation, friend of the king. I'm protected and I'm loved, I'm an heir, so on the seas. I've been forgiven, I have been freed, I have been chosen, I've been redeemed. Okay, I'm one of the ones. One of who? One of the unashamed, unashamed. Never do I hesitate to doubt to call upon his name. Call him mighty God, call him Jesus Christ. He's the King of Kings, he's the one who reigns. He's the Alpha, Omega, Jehovah, and we give him glory because he is the one.
Feeling like I'm on my own again, but his love made me strong again. Well, God, I'm back again. I've been rapping without the pen. Let's talk about life. I need your love when times get tough. I've been reading your word to help me fight. Help me get out of this hole that I'm in. I'm dropping these teeth through the night. I ain't been feeling the love. I need your peace. I need to see you in my sight. The ones I love rejecting me. They can't make no time for you. That's fine with me. I know how you feel, God. They only call you whenever they need something. Lord, I'm anxious. I'm in my head. Can't even lie, God, I've been sad. Still in the trenches, it make me mad. Been in my feelings about my past, but I'm trusting you. Lord, can you stay by my side? I don't know what to do. Broken heart, holding on. Can you walk in my shoes? I can't fail, it's so much I can lose. It's so much I can lose. Feeling like I'm on my own again. You're not alone, but his love made me strong again. My God, they've been telling me to give up. Demons better run. I'm protected by his angels. He's the one who wiped the tears away. They still looking for a hero to save us. He's the one that keep you strong. My God, Jesus, Jesus. I pray every night for the one you sent me, the one you call my wife. Lord, give me patience. I need your wisdom. Hope I do everything right. I wanna be the man I know she need. Help me to sacrifice. I wanna do the same thing Jesus did. I gotta give my life. Praying for Ian, praying for Bo, praying for Sean. You already know. Lord, help me help your people. They got scars. Already know that they need. Gave my life to God. All that I do, I gotta go do it for him. Jesus, I've been scarred. Take my heart, I need to be healed. It get lonely keeping me strong. I need your peace, I need your grace. I hit my knees, I gotta pray. I can't lie, I feel your presence, do all I can to see your face. Feeling like I'm on my own again. You're not alone, but His love made me strong again. My God, they've been telling me to give up. Demons better run. I'm protected by His angels. He's the one who wiped the tears away. They still looking for a hero to save us. He's the one that keep you strong. My God, Jesus, Jesus.
Imagine being able to
Yeah. Move out the way, cause I can't take no more. Getting tired of always thinking what I'm doing ain't relatable. And I'm afraid to choose which way to go. Cause when you're looking over here, you see we all wanna chase the highs. Cause some of us trying to escape the lows. Not all of us know what it takes to fight. But some of us know how to take control. It's how it feels to deal with the highs and lows. Some of y'all ain't had to struggle and it show. Must be nice. What isn't nice is you judging other folk. And some of y'all like to hate on folks who hustle for their goals. Or like to see nobody celebrating public cause you broke. Boo-hoo. If I'm insensitive, I know you are, but what am I? The truth begins to get so cold, we tell each other lies. If there's a limit to how much you stand on business cause opinions got you in a chokehold, then I'm cutting ties. Better watch the type of person you become. Get around some decent people who'll encourage you with something. Stop pretending other people be disturbing you with something. Cause other people living their life ain't hurting you or nothing for real. I'm real big on love and respect, I'm cut different. This dream come from blood, tears, and sweat, you must listen. I'm giving tips on what to expect. The real know it ain't luck when you blessed. I'm talking, move out the way cause I can't take no more. Getting tired of always thinking what I'm doing ain't relatable. And I'm afraid to choose which way to go. Cause when you're looking over here, you see we all wanna chase the highs. Cause some of us trying to escape the lows. Not all of us know what it takes to fight. But some of us know how to take control. It's how it feels to deal with the highs and lows. Some of y'all got too much pride to ask for help. You help everybody else but yourself. And some of y'all just like to take advantage of someone at every step. If you keep on, ain't no one gonna be left. Hey, but what do I know? It ain't like I never did any wrong. Why you think I'm always singing these songs? What's the number of wins you think it took for me to like my own skin? Or fails that make me feel I didn't belong? And to heal it takes time. Plus the process ain't pretty, so the feeling ain't fun. Had to differentiate what's fake from real in my mind. I was so close to giving up hope, but I kept asking God to give me a sign. Like, Lord, don't give up on me. Life sucked cause I was messing it up. My mind was stuck, thought I was never enough. Hey, you want my advice? You fall twice, then you better get up. This is your life, are you invested or what? What we talking about? Move out the way, cause I can't take no more. Getting tired of always thinking what I'm doing ain't relatable. And I'm afraid to choose which way to go. Cause when you're looking over here, you see we all wanna chase the highs. Cause some of us trying to escape the lows. Not all of us know what it takes to fight. But some of us know how to take control. It's how it feels to deal with the highs and lows.
Hey, yo, and we back, man. We back in the building, bro. Hey, welcome to the show. We back. Shop is open. You already know what it is. Welcome back to the show, Talking Crazy, bro. Unbiased show. Everybody, opinion matters. Big Trim, I see you for Supreme Clout. Big Trim, appreciate you for tapping in, man. You know, everybody opinion matters, bro. Hey, we be trying to vibe out, bro. You know, no drama, no mess, you know, and have great dialogue. You feel what I'm saying? So how y'all feeling out there on this Tuesday? Oh, it's Monday. On this Monday night. You know what I'm saying? On this Monday night, bro. You know what I'm saying? So as you come in, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment. Let me know you're in the building. You know what I'm saying? Share the live. Share the live with a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend that might tell another friend. Who knows? But you see how it goes. I am Aries. Hey, how you doing out there tonight, yeah? How you doing out there tonight? Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in. So we're gonna go and get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? I play a little music before I started, so we can go and get into the content, you know. And then we gonna open this thing up, you know. If somebody wanna come up, they can, and you know, have some dialogue, you know. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But man, let's talk, you know what I'm saying? Like this topic be sitting on people's chests right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so the question I got tonight, is it good to fear being hurt? You know what I'm saying? Is it good to fear being hurt? If you read the title, you know, are you saving yourself or are you sabotaging yourself by having fear of being hurt? Now listen, I already know. As soon as you hear that question, like half of y'all went absolutely. You probably went absolutely, yes, sir. I'm saving myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm protecting my peace. I'm trying to keep myself, trying to keep my heart from being hurt, you know, or just going through the trials and the trauma behind it. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I get it. I truly do. You know what I'm saying? And the other half, you know, the other half may feel like, man, if you don't sit your soft ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we just being real. Like, man, if you don't sit your soft ass down somewhere, you know what I'm saying? You acting like a baby out here. Why you just can't, you know, hey, whoop the woo, go on and get in something, you know, and let it be what it gonna be. You know, sometimes that fear have you to where you done missed out on a blessing or a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause either one of them is good to me, if you ask me. You know, yeah, you don't want the pain, yeah, you don't want the hurt. You know, I understand that, but that blessing or that lesson might be exactly what you need to benefit your life. You know, and see, and that's the problem. Like we don't even agree on what fear is. A lot of people think fear is different stuff. You know, some of us call it, you know, wisdom. You know, you got some people that call it, you know, trauma. You know, then you got some people saying, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm protecting my peace." You know, and some of us just scared and don't want to admit it. You know, so we dress it up real cute, like you know what I'm saying. And you hear a lot of this nowadays too. Standards, you know what I'm saying? Let me call it standard. You know, you just substitute you just put another word in there for fear, and you call it standards. You know what I'm saying? But let's be honest, because first of all, fear of being hurt ain't just about relationships. You know what I'm saying? That fear can be from friendships, business, you know, family, church, you know. It can even be how you move in public. You see what I'm saying? Like that fear can cover so many areas. What you focus on grows. So if you have that fear, you will surely allow that to hurt you. Okay, that's a great point. That's a great point. I am Aries, uh, and that's true. Uh, I was going to piggyback off that, but I'm gonna swing back around on that a little bit later. Okay, I'm swing back around a little bit later. I'll try and decide how I want to bring some. But yeah, that's a great point. And some folks won't even speak up. They won't even say nothing about about them being or having fear. You know what I'm saying? Then some folks won't love again. Some folks will literally be so scared that they'll get out of one relationship, that, you know, being hurt and have that fear and won't never love again. And that's a sad situation, I think, anyway, because I think we are put here to love somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody out there we're supposed to be loving. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if we scared to do that again, and to me, that's a sad situation for that individual. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, you know, stand 10 toes down or something to go ahead with it. You know. But all because they planning for that pain already. You know, you planning for that pain until to I am Aries point. You know, what you focus on grows. So if you already planning, you know, for somebody to hurt you or thinking somebody gonna hurt you, then it just might happen. But my thing is why would you plan for something, or why would you look for something, or even think something in your mind that haven't even showed up yet? You know what I'm saying? Like if you start dating a new person, that person ain't hurt you, but why are you already thinking or predicting for that person to hurt you? You know what I'm saying? Like if that person ain't showed you no type of energy of that sort, why would you assume that? Or why would you put that in your mind to be looking for things like that? You know what I'm saying? Because the old folks, you said, hey, you go looking for it, you'll find it. Might not be what you want, but if you go looking for it, you will find it. You know? But just think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, you already predicted something. It's like refusing to get in your car every day because you might get in an accident. Okay, cool. That's true. You might get in an accident, so you ain't gonna get in your car every day. So now you just stuck in the house forever. That's what we doing. That's what you gonna do. You gonna stay in the house forever now? Like, no, come on, bro. Like that don't even make sense. Like for real. Like you put yourself in a position just to be stuck in the house forever. Trauma plays a big part in the type of thinking, and that's true too. And that's true too. And that's kind of the line that we're going down, because at what point do you stop allowing the trauma to dictate what you do next, rather? You know what I'm saying? Because if you got trauma from a relationship from 4 years ago and you still ain't seeking companionship or relationship or, you know, none of that nature. So now you just gonna let your trauma control you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point do you take your life back? At what point do you step up to the plate and say, I got this. I control my thinking, not the trauma. I do. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, now don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I ain't saying fear is useless. I'm not saying that. I mean, because fear play a part in a lot of stuff. Fear got a job just like every other thing. Just like peace got a job, just like love got a job. You know, all these words have a job and a task that they're supposed to do in a person's life. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got to think about it. Fear's supposed to come to you and say, hey, watch out. You know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop. But fear don't supposed to be the driver. You know what I'm saying? Fear's supposed to be the passenger just watching the road while y'all go down the road. That fear's supposed to be the one to say, hey, look out for that deer over there. You know? But you the driver, so it's up to you whether you stop or keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, you got to be the driver, not fear. It takes a strong mind to want to heal. That's uh, I could agree with you on that to a point, but sometimes whether your mind's strong or not, you got to put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm an advocate of you either sink. I mean, you ought to swim or drown. That's that. I live my life by that motto. You either sink or drown. I mean, you either swim or drown. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You either swim or drown. Like sometimes you just gotta jump in that water. That water. Sometimes you just gotta jump in there. Head first, body following. And you gotta see whether you gonna swim or drown. Like being scared all the time ain't gonna work. What this? If you ain't first, you're last. That's my motto. Hey, and that's a good motto too, and that's facts. A lot of times, nobody remembers number two. Nobody remembers number two. You talk about sports most of the time. Whoever win the Super Bowl or whoever win the NBA championship, a lot of times people don't forgot who they even played. You know what I'm saying? All they remember is they won. They don't remember who they played most of the time. So I can feel that motto too. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't first, you lying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's a motto to live by. But see, in order to be first, sometimes you gotta jump in that water. Sometimes you gotta jump in there and see whether you gonna swim or drown. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it has to go. You can't sit on the side of the pool, you know, all your life. Because a lot of times you got some people out there to get lucky. I say luck, but God has a hand in most things, or if not all things. I'm on the fence with that too. But anywho, um, some people get the luxury of stuff falling in their lap or coming right to them in the time that they need it. You know what I'm saying? And then other people got to put themselves out there. You got to make yourself known. You gotta be available. You gotta allow the light to shine on you for something or somebody to see you. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you play your cards too, with certain situations. You know what I'm saying? So and then like I said, if you let fear drive for too long, you gonna miss your exit. You know, sometimes that ain't good. The exit is where you're supposed to get off to, change your life. You know, but you was allowing fear to drive, and now you done passed it up. Then you end up somewhere you never wanted to be, all because of fear. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, like I said, at what point do you decide to become the driver? You know, and the wild part is most of the people who fear being hurt the most, a lot of times you already been hurt. So, so I mean, you already done conquered it one time, and I know you saying in your head like, why would I want to conquer it again, or why would I want to put myself through that again? But you don't know if you're gonna go through it again. You don't know that. So if you don't know that, then why be afraid to? Why have fear that You might, if you don't know that for sure. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at something. I got ADHD. Sometimes I get my attention be small and I be paying attention to something else. But fear ain't no imagination, bro. Fear got receipts. You know what I'm saying? Like a person that been hurt can almost pinpoint or bring back to their memory exactly when it happened, how it happened, the day it happened, the year it happened. You know what I'm saying? So it got receipts. So you can go back and check and see what did you do in that moment to get you back to where you needed to be, or to where you were just okay with the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm saying everybody been through what somebody cheated, somebody lied, like somebody switched up on you, like somebody embarrassed you, like somebody broke a promise and smiled in your face, like they were your real friend. Like, we all been through something of that nature. Like, so then your heart got a whole, let's just say, a security system around it. You know what I'm saying? You got a ring camera, you got a motion sensor, you got passcode locks. You don't let nobody in. You know what I'm saying? So now you're not healed. It's almost like you just gave up. You know what I'm saying? Like you forfeited whatever it is that you were trying to do or that you wanted to do, whether it's a relationship, whether it's start a business, whether it's, applying for a job, like whatever it may be. But that's where it get tricky. Because let's just be honest, okay? Let's just put this all on the table, okay? Because fear can protect you, okay? It can, but fear can also hurt you. It can freeze you in that mindset or in that place of where you at to where you just kind of stay there. You don't go backwards. You don't lose anything about yourself, but you don't go forward neither. You don't gain nothing. So we should be wanting to gain. Every day we should be wanting to gain something. Some more knowledge, some more energy, some more love, some more money. Like we should want to gain something every single day. But if you got that fear in you and you scared of it, you know what I'm saying? You scared of taking that step. If you remember how you were when if you see a baby, when they've taken them first steps, like, they scared, they nervous, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to fall. But you spend the rest of your life like that because of some hurt, some trauma, some unloyalty, then what are you accomplishing? Will your life in return ever get better? Because you scared, you have fear in you. And see, and fear be saying things like I don't trust nobody, woo the woo, I'm cool by myself, you know, I already know how this gonna end. Like that's the type of thing, fear be saying to you in your mind, you know. And then that old famous one, I move different now. Like come on, bro. Like, and listen, some of that sound Some of this sound real adult like, or real grown like, like yeah, I done got to a point in my life to where I'm making big decisions that, I'm not gonna let anybody else hurt me. That sound, yeah, yeah. Some of that sound real mature. Okay, I ain't gonna say it don't sound mature. It does, but some of it just sound like somebody tired of bleeding it and don't want to feel it again too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it, and I get it. Let's be honest, I get it. Ain't nobody lining up to be hurt. Ain't nobody lining up to be hurt. JNYG, yes, thirsty. Yeah, Lord, I see you out there, JNYG. I see you out there. And we just being real. Like, I know, ain't nobody lined up to be hurt. We ain't doing that. Ain't nobody lined it up to be disappointed. You know, ain't nobody praying for their heart to get broke or somebody to play on them, their emotions. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody lined up for that. But here's the question we got to ask ourselves for real. Like, at what point does protection turn into a prison? You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point does protection turn into a prison? Because some of y'all ain't just cautious. Some of y'all closed, emotionally. I'm talking about boarded up like an abandoned house. I'm talking about like grass done grew up around it and everything. Like some of y'all are at that point to where y'all just closed off from the world. You say you want love, but don't nobody know you. You say you want a connection with somebody, but you have the fear of vulnerability. You say you want something real, something you've been seeking for, something you claim you've been wanting all your life. But the minute you get it, you pull back like, nah, I'm good. And then you wonder why you keep attracting the same shallow situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, okay? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say a lot of people say I talk fast, so I'm gonna say this real slow. I'm gonna say this real slow. Mic check, Miss Studio.
Hey, can you hear
Hey,
me?
how you doing? Yes, ma'am,
Hi,
loud and
how
clear.
are you?
I'm good. Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in. You special over here, so we
No.
yeah, we gotta give you a lot of applause. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Appreciate you for tapping in. You know what I'm saying?
What are we talking about tonight?
Is is fear of being hurt saving you or sabotaging you?
Oh, well, I mean,
Mm,
I guess it started out, it's like protection. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm, like, I feel like it's some type of survival, right?
right.
Because, like, if you're afraid, that's the thing on the inside of you, like telling you, like, some people say it's your first mind, right? Because where does fear come from? Well, it comes from, like, physically, it comes from two places, right? Like, say for instance, like, um you see fire for the first time, you mesmerized about how it looks, the flame, right? And then when you touch it, it's painful, right? So now you have a fear of feeling that pain again. So when you see fire the next time, you're like, okay, I remember that this hurt, right?
Hmm.
So I think it's like survival, like protection. But I guess you gotta, I guess that's kind of like sabotage too, like, because you stop asking, like, is this safe? And then you start asking, you start deciding that nothing is safe. Like, that's when it becomes sabotaging. And you
Hmm.
be like, oh, well, this fire is hot. And, that car can hit a deer. You know what I mean? So I might
Hmm.
not need to drive car, and these are just like simplistic like oversimplified ways of thinking about things, but some people think like this, right? Because that fear that's saving you has like boundaries, right? And then that fear that's sabotaging you has like walls. So I feel like it's different types of um fear, because you got the fear that kind of saves you, right? You move slower, you pay attention, you choose better. And then you have like that sabotaging fear that's like, oh, well, don't try that and don't trust that and don't open that, you know. So I guess like the tricky part is like they both kind of feel the same inside of your body, and your heart doesn't know the difference between that wisdom and avoidance at first. They both feel like restraint. So, but I mean, eventually the evidence shows up later, so you could tell the difference, like if that fear is like saving you or sabotaging you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Does that make
But what
sense?
if you? Yeah, but what if you don't? What if you don't give it a chance to show up because you so because the fear is so adamant inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Like soon as you let's just say we talking about relationships, okay? So as soon as you talk to a guy or a woman for a week or two and you think that it's going good, you automatically back off because you like this is too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? So that fear automatically kicks in and you immediately sabotage it yourself because your mind is registered in fear right off the bat for some reason, or because of past trauma, or past situations, or just fear itself.
So your question was, what if you don't give it a chance to
I'm
show
saying,
up?
yeah. What if you just sabotage it from the door? You know what I'm saying? At what point do you, or do you have idea of um, steps that people could take, to try to stop themselves from, sabotaging their situation so early because of fear?
Um, yeah, I do. Uh, well, I can only talk about what kind of worked for me, and hopefully, this can
It
help
resonates.
somebody else. Yeah, like,
Yeah, yeah, I feel you.
um, I think, well, first of all, okay, so let me answer the first question. So, like, you said, what if you don't give it a chance to show up and you
Mhm.
sabotage it from the door? And like that's exactly the risk, I think. Like when fear is loud, it tries to make decisions before evidence exists. And so that's how like this protection that you have like quietly turns into this self-sabotage, right? And then the question becomes, well, how do we slow that down? And so like when I get to that place, because it has happened to me, I the first thing I do is separate the instinct from the information, and we look at the facts, right? Like what's your first reaction to the data? Like you want to ask, yeah, I guess I ask myself that. You want to ask, why do I feel this, or what triggered this feeling? Because like that fear reacts to resemblance, it don't react to reality. Because something can feel familiar without it being dangerous. Like you ever ran into like um a person who gave you a compliment, and but this compliment was a boundary that you had for yourself. Like they're like, let's say you had an issue with your hair, like being bald or something, and you're like self-conscious about it, so it's a boundary. And somebody compliments you about being bald, well, they had an alternative motive, and when they said that compliment, it like hurt your feelings. And so like from that point on, you start wearing hats, right? Because of the fear of that person or anybody else like saying the mean things that that person said to you before about you being bald. Well, like all these are valid feelings, right? But you got to look at like, okay, why do I feel this? What triggered that feeling? And then the next thing you want to do is like you don't decide on the first feeling. Like wisdom waits for patterns. So you want to look at how many people thought that this was, or who commented negatively on the baldness, right? Because I'm using that as an example. Um, and like avoidance, right? So I believe that avoidance decides on the next moments, right? That one awkward conversation, like that isn't like a red flag, or that one delay isn't rejection, or that one discomfort isn't like a danger. Like you have to give yourself permission to observe before you exit into whatever it is you move on to next, right? And then like I just name the fear out loud, so it won't have no control over me. Like fear loses power when it's named. So you say like, well, I'm not afraid of being hurt like this, like I was before, or you don't say stuff like, oh, this don't feel right. Because one of them is honest and the other one is vague and controlling, right? So you would say like, okay, well, I'm afraid of this thing right here. And you're naming it, right? So like that's what I would do. And then I feel like you don't have to commit forever, right? You can use like a something that's time bound inside of courage to kind of build yourself up. So I'll stay like courageous or curious for two more conversations or two more people. Like if baldness is the thing, right? Like let me run into two more people that say this and I won't just fold immediately. Or I'll communicate once before withdrawing. You know what I'm saying? Like just create something in your mind to where you can create a moment of courage for yourself so that you can overcome that fear, because courage doesn't mean like unlimited access. It means like this limited exposure with intention, right? And then you want to check your exit habits. You want to ask yourself like, do I leave at the first sight of discomfort, or do I disappear instead of clarify what I'm feeling, or do I label people as unsafe too quickly? Like, and if the answer is yes, then that's a pattern. That's not you having discernment. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And over time, you want to like measure the growth that you're having, not how comfortable you are, not the comfort, but if fear is saving you, then you'll feel more grounded over time. And if it's sabotaging you, then you'll feel more closed off. Because growth stretches you and sabotage shrinks you. And then the last thing, I think I would say I would like replace that protection that I would call this the fear in the first place. I would replace that with communication. So before leaving, you could say something like, oh, this is making me uncomfortable. I want to talk about it, you know? And if that person responds with like respect, then that fear that you were feeling, that was premature. You literally just made that up in your head, right? But if they respond with manipulation or dismissal, then that fear that you had was actually like a form of it was informative. You get what I'm saying? Like that gave you information like, oh, okay, well, now that I understand that this is manipulation, I just want to talk to that specific person. You get what I'm saying? Because then you'll have a better, if you replace it with communication and you after you name it in your mind, it kind of like breaks you out of um like that fear being sabotaging to you, or
Hmm.
you know like that's the best way that I can explain it, like because fear becomes that sabotage when it decides before the clarity has a chance to show up. And if you do all of those things, I've had great success with doing it like that, and that might work for some people and it might not, but um some stuff you just can't, some things you're afraid of or whatever, It just seems so daunting at first, especially like when you're dealing with other people. If it's like a social fear, it seems like, oh, I'll never be able to do this thing. But with practice, you can overcome these things, especially when it comes to like being hurt, because that's a very social construct. You know what I'm saying? Because we're sociable creatures. That's how humans are. So everybody's gonna get hurt some way or another. It's just how you navigate the hurt is what matters. Like, do you turn it into something constructive, or are you just, like you say, sabotaging yourself by like boxing yourself off away from society? Because that's not healthy. That's all I want to say about that.
Okay, okay, okay. Living Word said you cannot avoid pain and still fully experience life.
That's true.
Okay,
That's true.
I was, that is true now. That is true. That is true. Because I mean, because it pain is just part of the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna have some type of hurt or pain in our life, some type. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can't, as I said earlier, you can't continue to let fear be the driver. Like at some point,
Hmm.
you have to drive. You have to decide. Okay, let me put myself back out here, or let me step into what I want to try. And
Yeah.
back to my motto again, whether you decide whether you want to swim or drown. You know what I'm saying? You just got to dive in the water. You got, cause a lot of times if you want the reward, you got to accept the risk. You got to.
And I agree with that too, because like you can't avoid pain and still fully experience life, because pain is a part of being alive. Like, love comes with risk, growth comes with discomfort, connection comes with vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? So if the goal is to never be hurt, then the cost is never being fully known in the first place, or ever being fully loved, or never fully living, you know. But I mean, I feel like there's also like a distinction that could be made here, right? Like, there's a difference between accepting pain as a possibility and living in fear of it. You know what I mean? Because I've experienced both. Because um, like Living Word said, you know, pain, in a way, pain is inevitable, and suffering is not always, right. Fear tries to promise safety by shrinking your life, and then wisdom accepts this risk, right? While
Hmm.
choosing better patterns. So I don't think that the goal is to avoid pain. I think it's to avoid repeating the same pain for the same reasons. Like, because healing doesn't make you pain proof; it makes you resilient, and that's what you wanna walk toward, resilience. Like, it'll teach you how to recover faster, how to choose healthier people next time, how to speak up sooner, how to leave whenever it's necessary. So yeah, you can't avoid pain and still live fully, but you can learn how to move through pain without letting it define or dominate you. And I feel like that's where fear stops sabotaging and where it starts being replaced by courage.
Right. And to piggyback off what you just said, you said, dog, I don't know where that went that quick, but I do still
It
have my
flew away.
point. It
It
flew
flew
right
away.
away. But I still have my point now. And to the people that's listening, at no point are we saying, you know, that you need to be reckless with it neither now. You know what I'm saying? Like you still have to do um the steps. And when I say the steps, I'm saying, you still have to pay attention to what's going on. You still have to look for red flags. You still have to do your work on the back end to make sure, you know, you're doing the right thing too. Because sometimes fear will have us doing the wrong thing because we are already thinking something gonna happen on the other end. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't saying just be reckless, because see, there's a difference between you know, being kind of open to something, and then just being downright stupid too. You know what I'm
So
saying? Like
what do you mean
it's
by being reckless though? Let me butt in right here. What do you mean about being reckless?
well, when I'm saying being reckless, I'm saying um you see certain red flags that you know are not good ones or nowhere near should be acceptable. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, you 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 still engage, you still move forward. You like, okay, I see the red flag, but I like the red color. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of what's the word I'm looking for? You just kind of what's the word I'm looking for? The word ain't coming to me right now. But you kind of just throw it to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like
You saying like
it don't mean
overlook?
that much. Yeah, yeah, that's a good
Okay.
word to put with it. Yeah, you kind of like overlook them. You know, these are terrible red flags, but instead of acknowledging the red flag and going the other way, you actually
But I mean, different people can
overlook
deal with
them.
different things, you know?
So that's what I'm saying
Different
about
people,
about being reckless.
yeah. Okay. Cause I was saying like, cause what's a red flag to some people might not be a red flag to others. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some people kind of like overlook stuff. Cause I've been in friend groups and they be like, oh, I don't know, what you seeing, Joe Bob or whatever, he went opening the doors for you. You should have known then that he went, and she might have been a woman where chivalry wasn't a thing that she needed. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, gentlemen should be chivalrous, right? But and have manners, right? But some women need other things. Generally speaking, women want the same thing, but there are nuances to that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you talk
Right.
about being in a relationship with somebody. And so I would say like don't overlook the red flags that are relevant to you. Because like I've had like people in my friend group say, "Oh, he's spending a lot of money on you, girl." Like, and that's a green flag to them, but it's like a red flag to me because it's like, well, what are you overcompensating for? Hmm. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
No, no, and that's what I was speaking on too. Kind of what you hit. I was speaking on the red flag that pertain to that particular individual. So like you did say, everybody red flags are different. So I was saying if that's a red flag to you, and you still, you know this a red flag to you, you know it, you know it's a big one. I'm talking about a big one when I say reckless. So I'm talking about a big red flag. I ain't talking about a little one that you might could just look over. Oh, he only take a bath once a day. You know what I'm saying? But you want him to take twice a day. To me, that's a little red flag. You know what I'm saying? But say he overly aggressive, so or he already trying to just say put his hands on you on date number two.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? But you so reckless now, um, that you just slide right by it. You push it to the side and you still proceed with it like nothing has happened, or like that red flag was not acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh,
but
so like
yeah,
what
great
about
points.
so you're saying like not personality quirks, right? So like not stuff
Well, I'm
like
saying, I'm saying, whatever your vice is, whatever your red flag is, whether it's personality, whether it's actions, whether it's um, whether it's financial, whether it's um, housing, whether it's vehicles, whatever your vice is,
mm,
whatever your red flag is to you. Because to your point, and your point was right, everybody had different red flags. So,
Yeah, because
cause, cause some,
I've heard like different things, and it definitely ties back into the topic. Like I've heard different things, like being in different friend groups with women, like discussing like relationships and stuff, and like one person might be like hyper, like hyper independent, right? And
hmm
they might say stuff like, "Oh, I don't need anyone," right? So let's just say this the woman, "Oh, I don't need anyone," right? And to a man, like a man needs to be, he wants, a lot of men want to be wanted. You know what I mean? And they don't feel
right,
like they have a place if they can't do something. And so when you run into a woman who's hyper independent, and she may grow up like that because she was the first kid born, or she was the only child, or she quite opposite, the first kid of many children, right? And she kind of like grew up like just depending upon herself, and dating is hard for her because she never really learned how to like have that vulnerability. And so some people see vulnerability as a weakness. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of ties back into like that fear that convinces you that needing someone equals losing control. And that might be a red flag to a man. You see what I'm saying? Like how
mhm,
that woman is like hyper independent, rejecting help reflexively. Like, oh, you don't have to open that door for me. Oh, you don't have to pay for this. I can pay for my own meal. You know what I mean? Like, I know
right.
men who run away from women like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they be like, oh nah, she. Mm-mm. And then on the other side, I've met men who love women like that. They be like, well, I mean, she's self sufficient. So what does that comment say?
Oh, I'll let you get down.
Go
Say,
ahead.
you ever notice how some people bring old pain into brand new situations?
Mm.
Um, hey, that's all that means is they hadn't healed themselves. They haven't healed themselves. That's all that means. Um, and it's a lot of that. And it ain't. I don't want people to think, oh, you know, this just happened to me or woo to woo or why I'm singled out in situations like that. Like, no, that happens a lot of times. It really
And
do.
yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. Like people bringing old pain into brand new situations when fear is driving instead of wisdom. Like what happens is this: like your past pain becomes your lens to see stuff to look out of, right? So instead of responding to what's actually happening, they're like reacting to what's already happened to them, right? And that's how the fear sabotages. Like you're not dealing with the person right in front of you; you're dealing with a memory. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like the danger in that isn't like you remember the pain. Like the danger is when you don't realize it's still speaking. And so I guess that's when you like when that person would like overact, right? To neutral situations or assume bad intent without evidence or kind of shut down the conversations before they start. And I've seen people like punish people who haven't earned that same sentence. You know what I mean? Like so and that's not discernment. That's like unresolved hurt protecting
Right,
itself.
right, right.
But I mean, there
And that's.
is a balance
Oh, I'm
though.
sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say,
I still
but
got my point. Right.
okay, I was gonna say, but there is a balance because this matters, right? Remembering the pain isn't wrong because the pain teaches, but healed pain informs. Like I was saying before, it's informative. So unhealed pain controls, and then healed pain says like I've learned what to watch out for. But unhealed pain, it would say something like, I'm going to treat everyone like the one who hurt me, and that's how that fear quietly sabotages these relationships before they even get a chance. So when somebody bring that old pain into a new situation, the question isn't like, why are you so guarded? The question is, have you even processed what's hurt you, or are you still letting it decide for you? You know what I mean? Like, because that wisdom is going to check the patterns of what's going on, and that fear is going to assume the outcomes. And if every new person has to pay for an old wound, then you're not being protected. That's isolation.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying? Now
mm,
I'm done.
mm. Okay, you kind of rounded exactly where I was going. But
Hey,
see,
okay.
you said protection is you said it's not protection. You said it's
It's
no,
isolation. You being
yeah, you said
isolated.
isolation. I'm tripping tonight.
Yeah,
You
like
said
if every
isolation.
person,
Um, but see,
you know,
I
the weather
say,
just changed. That's probably why.
yeah, I say, that ain't protection. That's projection. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
because, and this is me. Like I ain't judging. Like okay, I've been there. I think we all have been there at some point. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some people haven't. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whoop to do. Kudos to you if you haven't never been there. That you carried a little pain from your past to your present. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm happy you were able to let's just say be mature in that spot and handle it before you got to it. But like I said, I ain't judging. Like you get hurt no times, you start acting like that. They're just us. There's people. Like at that point you real protective. You ask about ID. You ask what their purpose is. You want to know intentions. How long you plan on staying. Like you trying to ask all these things now. You know, um, to see what's going on because of the fear of not knowing now because of your fear of course what happened in the past. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like everybody got to pass a background check just to talk to you. You know. And again, okay, let's be honest. Again,
That's
some of
true.
that is healthy. Some of that is
Mm.
healthy. Okay,
And
I
some
ain't
of
saying
it
it
need to
all is
be
bad.
I signed a NDA form.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of it might be healthy. I ain't saying it is, but kind of piggyback off what I was saying earlier. Like you, but when the fear run the whole show, like that's when it becomes self sabotaging. You know what I'm saying? You nitpick good people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You you,
And
you
I
you ain't
agree with
healed.
you. I
You
actually agree with you. Go ahead.
if you ain't healed, you ignore the effort that person is putting in. You know what I'm saying? Or you downplay that person consistency because when it happened before, you got hurt off of it. So now you
Mm.
downplaying it when the new person do it. You know, you on your p's and q's, you on your toes because you waiting for something to happen, even though it haven't happened.
Mm.
It's nothing wrong, but you on your p's and q's. You look around, you got your neck on a swivel trying to figure out what's going to happen
Yeah,
because the
I actually agree with that. Go ahead.
because the fear in you is driving you. You know what I'm saying? Eh, you
Mm.
know, and you ever been with someone, you know, who swear something bad gonna happen like any minute? They're just waiting on something that bad to happen. Like they just almost every day they say, "Oh, something bad finna happen. Oh, something bad finna. Oh, this finna happen. Oh, that finna happen." Them not enjoyable moments. I don't care who you is. If you consistently talking to somebody that's projecting bad events to happen, them are not enjoyable moments.
Yeah, it's almost like they
Like,
looking for like a pessimistic type outlook, like they're looking for the other shoe to drop.
right,
And so
right,
like back to what we were saying though, like before, like yeah, I agree with that. That is projection, and that's exactly my point. Cause that projection feels like protection when you're the one doing it, right? But when you haven't healed, your mind tells you stuff like I'm guarding myself, I'm protecting myself. But what's really happening is that you're assigning past pain to the present person. So yeah, it is projection. But projection doesn't protect you, it isolates you. You know what I'm saying? Because the
right,
moment you project, you start responding to reality and you start responding to the memory. And the memory can't tell the difference between then and now. And the memory, like them and this person and what happened and what's happening. So while the intention is like this self protection that you built around yourself, the outcome is going to be like distance and mistrust and a misconnection. And that's why I said like you're not being protected, you're being isolated because not because that pain isn't real, but because the strategy no longer serves you. You get what I'm saying? And the outcome of the strategy that's not serving you is going to lead to isolation. Because like you just said, don't nobody want to be around somebody like that. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
because yeah, and to piggyback on what you said, it is okay. I can see what you're saying is isolation now because that fear gonna turn you into a bitter person.
Hmm. If you don't deal with it.
Yeah, you're gonna be real cold, and who gonna want to be around that? You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna be emotionally unavailable.
Yep.
Like all of that gonna take a toll.
Yep. I seen that happen with one of
Like
my parents. That's how I know. Like, because I watched my parent be like this happy person and then slowly turn into like this cold, angry individual. Just, just isolated, you know?
yeah,
So yeah, that happened to one of my parents because my
so
parent was trying to protect themselves emotionally and then
yeah,
wound up
and
turning into something else because that person never healed.
right, and that's the point. Like because that's the crazy part to it because you people might think they protecting themselves or protecting their heart or their peace or whatever or however you want to put it. But in reality, you actually shrinking yourself.
Hmm.
You're
Yeah,
shrinking to
most
yourself
definitely.
to where you're not gonna be seen.
Hmm.
And some people can say, "Oh, okay, that's good," whoop the woo, because I don't want to deal with it anyway. But that's just you. That's just you running away from the healing yourself too.
Hmm. Not gonna have a fulfilling life. Like life is made of memories. It really is. And I think I learned it the best when I used to be a CNA working in restorative care a while ago, many moons ago. And the common thing that I would hear these people, because some of these people are like, they'll come to restorative care and they'll get better and then they can go live their lives. But the reason that they're there is because they're like at the brink of passing away, right? But they have to
Mm-hmm.
heal, right? And some people heal and move on, and other people go to a hospice, and but the mentality is the same when they came to my unit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen with my life, right? And I would often hear people who thought that they were on their deathbed, they would always say stuff like, you know, I would always ask them, like, I always ask them one question in different variations. It's like, what do you regret the most about your life? Like, if you had any regrets, like, what is that? And they would always say, like, I only had one person that said something different, but every other person was like, I regret, like, some variation of them not regretting being more
I
present.
lost you.
And
Okay,
can you hear
there you
me?
go.
Some variation of them
Hey,
not
run that
regretting
back.
being more.
You said you only had one person. What? We lost you for a second.
Oh, I only had one person that said something different, but generally speaking, everybody else always said a variation of the same thing, which was they regret not being more present or they regret not like living life to the fullest, right? People's regrets will be around like the memories. And so I saw a pattern in it. So like that told me, okay, I need to make memories with people, right? This is what these people think that would make their life more fulfilling. And like I said, some would get well and go off, and other people would go to the hospice. And so, but these were their thoughts when they thought that they were on their deathbed. You know what I'm saying? And so it changed my
Right.
perspective in life. And it made me start living life with no regrets. Like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go make memories. So what do you have to do that? You have to face your fears. Especially like if you've been like sheltered and you don't really know what's out in the world, right? Or the
Mm-hmm.
opposite of that. Like when you're dealing with people, like you could be a social butterfly but still be socially awkward with personal things. You know what I mean? Like personal relationships. And that's the thing. Like some people can speak well in front of massive groups of people, but then when it comes to like having a relationship, like they're not married, they don't have a partner or a person because they don't know what to do. You know what I mean? or how to proceed
Right.
because of past trauma or pain.
Right.
So I mean,
And
hmm
and that's the truth. Like I just believe that okay, I'm sorry. I just believe that I believe once somebody get hurt, it ain't that fear just pushes them so much to where they scared of being seen. They like and you scared to be vulnerable and
well,
you
yeah, because
know
you don't want the hurt anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's valid. These are valid feelings. Like, not at any moment that I'm saying that fear is not valid or that people shouldn't feel fear. You know what I'm saying? Fear can save lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if it's crippling, if you like to the point of you sabotaging your life, then in detriment of your health, of your future, of you being able to be social or like have a person, then it's got to go. You're gonna have to build up some courage because you can't live life like that. Like you literally will pass away alone. You know what I mean? And
right.
like nobody, everybody gonna need somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said earlier, um, I feel like life is made of like memories, like the more fulfilling life. It's about the things that you've accomplished, the people you've helped, the people that you be around. Like that's what kind of like makes a lot of people happy. For some people it's things, right? Achieving things or milestones, right? But like a lot of times those are temporary, fleeting feelings. And the ones that last the longest are like what kind of empire you built, like what family did you build? You know what I'm saying? You build during your life. I mean, have you built during your life? And these relationships, you know what I mean? Like some people have like the greatest relationship with their mom and other people don't. And some people have the greatest relationship with their kid and some people don't have kids. And some people have like the greatest relationship with their dog and like they would much rather be around animals than people. Well, that's still a relationship, even though the animal can't talk back to you. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like I feel like that's what it's made of. I could be wrong, but people who are void of those things, they tend to be a lot colder. They tend to be, um, if they're not a manipulator, they tend to be like evil people or just generally want to be alone because they don't know how to, these are the hermits of the world, and we're talking
Yeah.
about over decades of being like this. We're not talking about like five or six circumstances. We're talking about perpetually like being isolated because they don't know what to do. And it's not that they don't want to know, it's just that they feel like, oh, well, I've been doing this for so long, this is the comfort space. Or I'm too old to learn something new, or people just don't get me, and that's a very isolating feeling. Very isolating. It's like, well, like I know people right now that I had to like go and check on because they've had like a similar life to what I'm explaining now. You know what I mean? Just so they'll know that somebody still cares. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard my auntie say that one time. She's like, "Oh, I don't want to, like pass away like X, Y, and Z did." And I'm like, "Whoa, how did X, Y, and Z?" And it's like the story was like she has a friend, and the friend like stays like in a secluded country town, and because they only talk like a couple of times a year or whatever, but she also had like kids and stuff like that, but her kids didn't talk to her either, you know? And so like she basically passed away and nobody found her for like 3 weeks because nobody went and checked on her or
Mm,
called her. Yeah. And so she was like, oh well, I didn't, I don't want to go out like that. But my auntie is a person with an anger issue, so she pushes people away. You know what I'm saying? And that statement in itself expresses that she didn't want to be alone. You get what I'm saying? It expresses that she wanted to be around somebody or have somebody to check on her. She has a desire for these type of relationships, and that's what I mean when I say that. You get what I'm saying?
yeah. I get exactly what you're saying on that.
So I don't
Okay.
think nobody should like be alone. And like if you're having that problem, you should like just go out on the limb, try to face that fear, go out on the limb. Um Even though you've been hurt, you kind of gotta you could still it's a way that you can guard your heart and keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? It's a way that you can not let people manipulate you and use discernment, use wisdom, and still go out here and make friends with people or have relationships with people. You know, it's ways that you could do it. You just gotta figure out which way worked for you. Because there's somebody out here who looking for somebody who like you. They just haven't
Facts.
found you yet because you're hiding in the house. You don't want to go out. All you doing is for instance, like just going to the grocery store, going to work and getting gas and coming home. Like you're not looking up, the free local events in your area and just going out for a movie night on the rooftop for free. You know what I'm saying? Or going to an event that is hosting like a thing that you like to watch for free. Like, cause there are things that all around, everywhere. All you gotta sometimes it just take a little effort to look them up, and they're like little to no money. And these are events where you can meet other people, but you're afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, just take the risk while you still got breath in your body, and go meet somebody because somebody is looking for you. You know, somebody is feeling the same way that you feel right now, and they haven't found you, and you're the person that they're supposed to find, and they haven't found you because you hiding. How's that fair to them? That's what I tell myself. You know, because I do have social anxiety sometimes.
That's true. Sometimes. Okay.
Do you have social anxiety?
Um. Yeah. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I get like most of the time I have to talk in front of people. So sometimes I get nervous uh when I do it, and I forget a lot of stuff that I be intended to say before I get there. So that's something I got to work on though. But yeah, I get a little social anxiety. One on one, I do pretty good, but then when it gets about 10 to 12 people, it's like I don't know, like I'm in a different spot. More eyes on me, I guess. But
Well, I mean, the
but
reason
yeah,
I brought that up is because it kind of also ties into the topic. You know what I'm saying? Of like the fear, right? Because like
right.
social anxiety isn't like being shy. It isn't being like introverted, and it isn't like not liking people. It's like it's literally the fear of negative evaluation. That's what social anxiety is. And so at its core, it's the fear of being judged, being misunderstood, being embarrassed, being rejected, or just being seen incorrectly. And I've dealt with that a lot in my life. And like coming into adulthood and like living through adulthood, um, as we sojourn and matriculate through this process, like your body reacts a certain type of way, right? It reacts as if these social situations are threats and not opportunities. So then your nervous system goes into like this protection mode before anything even happens. And so I know you said like you kind of know what I'm talking about. Like sometimes you've experienced this, but like just in case there are people out here who haven't experienced this or they've experienced something but they don't know what to call it. So this is what it looks like. Internally it feels like or I'm gonna say people with social anxiety often experience like these racing thoughts. Like they'll think, did I say something wrong? Or something like that. Or like this hyper awareness of tone or hyper awareness of facial expression or hyper awareness of other people's body language, right? Um Also they'll experience stuff like overthinking conversations before and after they happened. Like, oh, well, they asked me what my name was and what do I do for work. Well, it's a very complicated situation, and I don't want them to think that I'm broke, but I also don't want them to think that I make too much money because then they'll judge me. And that's like before the conversation. And then after, they might you know, after a conversation, I know I've had thoughts of, dog, I should have said this. That would have landed well as a joke. Well, you know, hindsight's 2020. You know what I mean? Um, also they'll experience like these physical symptoms. Sometimes people experience like a tight chest or like shallow breathing or like sweating or nausea, or nauseated, right? Um, or a strong urge to like escape. Like you just want to leave. Like you just got there, but now you want to leave. Or avoid situations altogether. Like, oh, I see that group of people over there. That's my high school bully. I should go. You know what I mean? Like, or there go my baby mama over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't know she was gonna be at this cookout. You know what I mean? I should go, right? Even when nothing goes wrong, like their body like stays on high alert. So that's what it feels like.
Right.
But the way that it impacts like meeting people, it like that social anxiety makes that connection feels risky. You know what I'm saying? So instead of curiosity, the person leads with caution. And it could show up as like avoiding introductions or social events altogether. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, staying at the house, right? Or like canceling plans last minute, or staying quiet even when they have something to say. Like you got something that can clearly add to this conversation, but you just choose not to say it. Or like appearing distant or uninterested or cold, you know? Or rehearsing conversations instead of having them naturally. Like I've seen people say stuff in the bathroom over and over again, and they're not even speaking at an event. They're just trying to like talk to a group of people that they just met, but they don't know. You know what I mean? Like, so ironically, I feel like many people with these social anxiety, like this social anxiety, there it's like this deep, thoughtful, emotionally aware, but like the fear keeps them from showing it, right? So, and the reason I brought it up is because like it affects relationships. It affects your first impression when you meeting somebody. It affects it gives like this misinterpretation sometimes. Like sometimes social anxiety is misread as disinterest or arrogance or emotional unavailability or lack of effort, when in reality the person is like internally overwhelmed, you know? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why I brought that up, because it definitely ties into this, because um I've had like various levels of that, like coming up or experiencing it or seeing, witnessing other people experience that. To the point where it was like this one girl, I was like at the fair, and this one girl was having like a panic attack, and she had like just never been around that many people, and like more like she was concerned, like in it happened like at the corner of my eye, because I was like eavesdropping, right? We was walking past this lady, and like the girl was like, she had started holding her chest and started breathing rapidly, like irregularly. And then like that made other people concerned. And so her fear grew because people started to check on her. Like she was already like she was freaked out because it was so many people. So she didn't want to be around the people, obviously. But her reaction to that drew attention and made more people come in her direction. Bro, it was horrible for that girl, bro. I was like, yeah, I see what's going on. Let me just keep walking and not add to it. But I
Right.
was concerned. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah.
Right. Okay, so hold up, hold up. Could it be people are afraid that they don't trust themselves to go through hurt again? Hmm, that's a
Absolutely.
good question. Good question. And that could be part of it. That could be because and I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole right now, but
Mm.
mental illness is a serious thing. And
Yeah.
so when we talk about hurt and being able to try to go through it again, um, your mind has to be in a certain place to go through that too, because you know sometimes that hurt can, if it happens again, you can very well lose yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that that some people are or could be afraid to go through it again because they don't know what the outcome would be with their selves and their mental and just whether they can, handle it without, I'm gonna say without losing everything. Because I mean, let's just be honest, we're in 2025 and we've seen um a lot of situations if you pay attention to social media or you pay attention to the news to where some people get hurt and they do things that they can't take back.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So um that could very well be a thing. And if that is for that individual, I would commend them that to even know that that's a possibility for them.
Well,
You know,
okay, so let me answer the question. So, yes, I think that's a big part of it. And I think a lot of people aren't just afraid of being hurt again. I think they're afraid they won't survive it the same way. You see what I'm saying? Because eh, it's not always like the pain avoiding. It's the version of themselves they became when they were hurt. You see what I'm
right?
saying? Because I know for me, like I've been very different people, personality wise, um, throughout the matriculation of getting to know people and just growing as a person, right? And so, like, yeah, they don't trust their judgment, they don't trust their boundaries, they don't trust that they won't lose themselves again. So then that's when fear steps in and say, if I don't open up, then if I don't open up, then I won't fall apart. You get what I'm saying? That's not weakness. That's like the nervous system remembering what happened, right? But here's where the shift happened. Like that healing isn't about becoming like pain proof. It's about rebuilding the self trust. So you trust that you can notice the red flags earlier, that you can speak up sooner, that you can walk away without self betrayal, that you can recover without losing yourself. Because when you trust yourself, fear doesn't have to like run the show. And when you don't trust yourself, yet fear takes control and then it calls it protection. And that's why people shut down good opportunities because they're afraid to love, right? Or not because they're afraid to love. Um, Now that I'm thinking about it, because they're afraid of who they were when they loved without the wisdom. You see what I'm saying? So the
Yeah,
work isn't about just trusting others again, it's about trusting yourself again. And that's kind of like what turns fear from sabotage back into information. You get what I'm saying?
oh yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Because that's a whole nother level of it right there. It's a whole nother that people don't really think about. That was a good question.
That was a very good question. 'Cause I didn't even think about that really. Um,
Yeah, I don't think sometimes people aren't afraid of being hurt. They're just afraid that they won't trust themselves if it happens again. And I know I've been in that place before. Like people are asking me like, why you don't go nowhere? Why you stop coming with us on the family trips and stuff like that? Like, and I used to tell like people that, God was protecting me from the world because I didn't trust myself. And to a point I still don't. I gave it to him though. Because like certain
right.
people that do certain things that'll trigger me and then I go like from 0 to 1,000, like in 2.5 seconds. And it'll take baby Jesus and like two angels to come down and stop me. Real talk. Because like some people just be going there, for real.
Yeah.
Like I don't want nobody to touch my hair. I ain't had people walk up to me with their hands inside of my hair and then would say, "Can I touch your hair?" while they're actively touching me. And it's like, bro, you
Hmm.
are so close right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like
You don't
now I'm
even
to the
know.
point where I can rationalize it out. But like people would do that to me all the time, all types of people constantly because they were just so obsessed. And it was just like, and it wasn't nothing I could do. They was already in my 3 foot bubble. And I would attack these people for touching me. I mean, I don't even more anymore. You know what I'm saying? But it became like a fear. of like
Mm-hmm.
having my hair out. And so I would just put it up. So people, because if they can't see it, they can't touch it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bro, I'm telling you, it'll change your life. Like living in fear.
Right. And so, okay, can we say this? Can we say maybe the goal is uh, not to avoid being hurt, but to kind of build confidence so that you can handle whatever comes your way? Can we say that? Can we say that might need to be the goal? And saying instead of people saying, "Oh, I don't want to be hurt," can we say, "Let's change that goal to let's build confidence so that I can handle whatever comes my way."
And that's what we was talking about earlier. Yeah, courage.
I think we just mentioned courage. I don't think we delved into it though. I do remember you mentioned.
Okay, so yeah. Um, so yeah, that's exactly it. I would say that. I'm buffering right now. So like, yeah, the goal isn't to avoid being hurt. Okay. And then you said, yeah, because that'll just make it smaller. That'll make your life smaller, right? The better
Right.
goal is like building this confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. So like because that pain is inevitable, you know, but right, being destroyed by it isn't inevitable. So I guess when your goal is like avoidance, then that fear stays in charge. And when your goal is like confident, then that fear becomes information. So you can, I feel like confidence says stuff like, yeah, I can speak up, or I can set this boundary, or I can walk away if I need to, or I can recover if I still remain myself, right?
Right.
And I don't feel like that kind of confidence like eliminates the hurt, but it does eliminate the helplessness, and that's the shift, right? Instead of asking questions like, how do I never get hurt again? You can start asking like, how do I become strong enough to face what comes without losing myself? Yeah, so I feel like that mindset change is what's gonna turn these relationships from threats to experiences.
Mm.
You get what I'm
I
saying? And
like
you're
the
no longer
yeah.
like bracing for impact. You're no longer waiting for the other shoe to drop. Then you'll be like grounded enough to respond, you know?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like to respond to whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Uh, well, we got about seven. What?
Uh-oh, here we go. Coming in hot.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nah, I said. Oh, oh, we got another comment. Okay. Is it fair when a man's is hold up, I ain't got my glasses on.
Put them on, put them
Is it
on.
fair? Is it fair when a man is in a relationship for a while and he knows she is the one for him to propose to her?
Jump. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it fair? Hold on, let me read
He's
this
fear.
again.
He's
Let me put my
scared.
glass.
He's
Let me put
scared.
my glasses on.
Nah, let me
Okay.
stop. Okay, that was personal. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, get out your feelings.
That was personal.
Um. Oh, ain't no way in the. Ain't no way.
What? You can't see or something when your glasses not working? Turn them on.
No, no. I just thought I seen, just thought I seen somebody posted on Facebook. I sent them an invite to be on this thing on podcast. I know how to fix that though. Anywho, that's personal too.
Are you done rambling so I can answer the question?
Okay, is it? I need to read the question again. Okay, is it fair when a man is in a relationship for a while
It's
and
been
he
a
knows she
relationship
is
for a
the
while.
one for him to propose to her? Okay,
She
oh,
knows.
go ahead.
She
Go ahead
she
and answer.
knows she's the one. He knows that she's the one, but doesn't propose. So I think I would say sometimes, but not always, because fear can be a factor, but it's not automatically fear because of commitment or fear of love. Like more often, it's the fear of like failing at that marriage, or not being able to lead well, or not being financially or emotionally ready for that woman. Because men should
Mhm.
be emotionally ready, because women bring problems and men should bring solutions
They
or
definitely
answers. You
bring
know,
problems. They definitely bring
every
problems.
woman, I don't care what you say, every woman gonna bring a problem and a man's supposed to fix it.
Yes,
Or at
yes,
least have an
Lord.
answer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Or back to what I was saying, you know, you know, usually it's the fear of like and adding to what I was saying, like, like losing freedom without feeling prepared, because a lot of men fear that too. Or repeating what he's seen gone wrong before in other people's relationships. Because like
Oh,
some of these men who have fear commitment, they've been raised in like a family where their parents were divorced, or stuff like that. So like marriage isn't just love, it's a responsibility, it's provision, it's consistency, it's endurance. However, and this is important, fear becomes sabotage when clarity exists but action never comes. You see what I'm saying? So because confidence doesn't mean that you're never afraid. I feel like it means that you kind of move with fear and not under it. And but here's how you tell the difference though. Like if he's growing and planning and communicating and he's moving forward, then the fear may be present, but it's not leading. But if he's comfortable and he's vague and he's delaying without like a vision, and he's saying like someday, I'll do this with no direction, then that fear is running a relationship. And that's where it ties back into tonight's topic, you know because that's like fear says what.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh,
Let me
okay,
put up myself on
that's
mute
like
then. You think I'm saying something?
mm, it's basically saying like, let me prepare this so I can do this well, right? Fear that's saving you. In this example would be like saying like, let me prepare so that I can do this well. But fear that's sabotaging you in this example would be like, let me stay here where nothing is required. So like knowing if someone is the one isn't just a feeling, it's a decision backed by movement. You see what I'm saying? There's got to be movement. So the real question isn't the real question. I'm talking so fast, y'all. I'm stumbling over my words. The real question isn't, is he afraid? The real question is he building confidence towards commitment, or is he avoiding the cost of it? Because like I feel like when a man is confident in who he is, fear doesn't stop him. It sharpens him. He has more discernment and wisdom. He's like, okay, I understand that this is a possibility, but I'm moving forward. We're gonna watch out for that, but I'm still moving. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think in this situation like fear is the problem. Um, but still stand when you have clarity is because confidence moves forward and fear stays comfortable. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, boy, where this stuff coming from? Ew. Oh, here go another question. Um,
Okay. Let let's get past this question first. Okay.
oh, is there another? Wait a minute.
What you reading the comments?
I thought I seen something else.
Oh,
That
no,
was
ain't
I
nothing
am
else there.
Mary's.
Yeah, that's one I just read.
Okay. I thought I saw another one pop up. I'm sorry.
Unless my stuff moving slow, it does do that sometimes. Um. Okay. So my opinion. Uh, I do believe it's fair. Um, because despite what society wants to say, or what a lot of people wants to say, which is the same thing, but or portray people to be in a certain world. Um, some men wait in fear, um, because they want to make sure they're right when they make this step. You know what I'm
But
saying?
how long
Um,
though? Mm.
because you have some men that actually don't want to get into a marriage and then cheat. You know what I'm saying? Some men
But
actually don't want to do that, but then some men get into them and don't care. But some men actually have a fear that and knowing that okay, I might not be ready just yet, or I don't want to
so
put
let's
her
stop
in a
there. Let's
position
play with
to
this
hurt her.
mindset. Let's stop that. Let's play with this mindset because there are very few men there are who might have this concept, this mindset, or maybe there are a lot of men. I don't know. I'm not a man, right? But let's talk about it. So like the man who don't want to, like, he knows this woman is the woman, right? And he's slow to propose, right? Is that
Hmm.
fear? And you're like, oh well, there could be a mentality that this man, that said man, don't want to hop into a marriage and then cheat on her. So what, like, is this man struggling with lust? Like, why would he automatically assume that he would cheat on her? You see what I'm saying? If he already knows that he's the one, I mean, that she's the one. You get what I'm saying? Like, explain it to me.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, according to what the relationship is, I mean, out there are different dynamics. Like it could be something as simple as um, I might know this woman is not emotionally mature enough for me right then, or right now in the moment to marry her.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Or I know she's not going to do a certain thing once we get married. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a few different things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That will hold that man back from saying, "Let me go ahead and make this step," because I don't want to put her in a position to hurt her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can understand. I can understand it from both sides because
Wait, wait,
one
wait. So
side
let's
is
pause.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
wait. So it sounds like this man, hypothetically speaking, it sounds like this man respects her because he don't want to put her in a position to hurt her, right?
Hmm.
And he's
You,
like
you can say
lacking
it.
the thing. He's like, she's like lacking the thing that he would much rather have inside of a marriage, right? Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, yeah. You can say that.
Okay, so
That's what I would go with.
what then? Okay, so what then? Since he respects her so much, what then stops him from just releasing her? Why is he still holding on if he knows that this fear is so strong that, and he so badly do not want to hurt her? Like, isn't like putting her on the shelf and begging her to, or asking her, or keeping her to wait for his proposal, or just to get married, the hopes of her getting married, isn't that more torture to the woman? You see what I'm saying? Like, why
Well,
wouldn't he just release her? Because sometimes you gotta love something so much you can let it go.
yeah, that's true too. But why would he release her if he knows that's where he want to be? If he
Well, because he
knows
being
without a
selfish.
shadow of
Because
doubt,
if he
no,
knows without a shadow
he's
of doubt
not.
that he
That's
want to be
that's
there,
not that's
and he
not
not
that's not
there,
being selfish. That's not
that's
being
selfish
selfish.
to
That's
her.
him. To me, that's actually him being a stand up man, knowing that if he goes into it and he's lacking something in the relationship, that he was gonna seek it somewhere else. Actually, if he, from my opinion, that's him being more of a stand up man than anything. But so all he trying to do is give himself time to get to a point to where he know, even though these things are lacking, that he's not gonna venture out. That's all. That's it. That's
No,
it.
you
That's
gotta
all,
explain
folks.
that a little
That's
bit. You
it.
gotta no, you
That's
gotta
all.
explain that a little bit better. I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
All I'm saying is it could be the man trying to make sure that he get to a point to where he know, even though these things are lacking in the relationship or and will eventually lack in the marriage, that he's not going to step out. He's just trying to get his mind to a place to where he know that's not going to happen, and then he gonna marry her. That's it. That's it. Like, so I mean, I can understand your point, or I am Aries' point. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, for a while, yeah, okay. You can just say a while is 4 years, 3 years, whichever one you want to put. You know, yeah, you can say that, but and then you got to think about you don't know what this man has been through in his past, neither. Well, you should know if you're dating him, but I'm just saying, his past could be a certain amount of times where he's feel like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be sustainable now because I know she stayed such and such time. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So it could be that too.
That's wild. That's
Like
wild.
it could.
Because if a man knows that he's afraid to step fully into a marriage, the real question becomes responsibility, right? Because fear by itself isn't the issue. We all have fear. And the issue is what you do with that knowledge, right? So if the man knows that he's afraid to commit, that he's unsure if he can remain faithful, hypothetically speaking, in this situation, right? And that he's not ready to carry the weight of marriage, but he still chooses to hold on a woman who waits for the marriage. That's not protecting that woman. That's self-preservation at her expense. You see what I'm saying? So yes, that's selfish because now the relationship isn't about mutual growth. It's about comfort, and the comfort being that man being comforted. You see what I'm saying? So because he gets the companionship, he gets the support, he gets the intimacy, he gets the loyalty without offering clarity or direction to that woman who's waiting. So the woman pays the cost in time. She pays the cost in opportunity. She pays the cost in emotional investment. So fear doesn't excuse that. And so the distinction matters. Here we go. So like a man can be afraid and honest, or afraid and withholding. And so honestly sounds like I care about you, but I'm not ready to be what you deserve right now. Withholding sounds like let's just see, let's wait. Someday it's coming. You see what I'm saying? So like one respects her agency and the other one delays her life. And that's where responsibility comes in. Because if you know your fear might cause harm, and love requires you to step aside, not hold on tighter. If you love her, if you really love her. You see what I'm saying? So releasing somebody, that's not rejection, that's respect. You know what I'm saying? That's respect. Especially
So
when
you
you know that you're not ready to meet that moment. So yes, fear can explain hesitation, but fear does not justify keeping somebody in limbo. And at some point, confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about being honest enough to let somebody go. That's how I feel
so
about
so
fear.
you- so so you saying in that moment in this scenario that we're talking about, that man should let her go instead of actually still trying to prepare himself to be what she needs him to be,
No,
or what
what I'm
he
saying
needs
is
to be in a marriage.
no. What I'm saying, and listen close. What I'm saying
That's
is
what you
fear
said.
explains hesitation, but it doesn't justify holding somebody back. So just think about that, kiddies. Think
And by
about
holding
that.
and by holding back, you mean keeping her from going on out here exploring other options, basically, right?
Well, I mean, she might not explore any other options at all. Is she really in love, hypothetically speaking, in this situation and scenario? Because we don't know what's going through that woman's head. You see what I'm saying? We don't know
Well,
if she been single all her life. We
well,
don't know if she got kids or
okay.
responsibilities. We don't know
Let's
how
see.
many times she been married or not. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Okay,
know if she
so
one of them
so
young women that live like old women. We don't know, right? So,
okay,
but
okay,
that's not the
what is
point.
he
The
holding
point is
her
the
back
man.
from?
That's what I'm saying. Her life, because she's paying the cost and opportunity. She's paying the cost and time. She's Women don't get more beautiful as they get older. You know what I'm saying? You got
Some of them
very few
do.
women
Some of
that
them do. Some of them
listen. You
do.
got very few women that age like fine wine, but the clock is still ticking. They're still closer to passing away. You see what I'm saying? They're not closer to being born. You see what I'm saying? Let's think
That's
logically
male and
here.
female though. That's
I
both of
mean,
them though.
either,
That ain't,
but
that
that's
ain't
not what
just a
we
woman.
talking about. Stay on topic. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on topic. You ask me why isn't that selfish, right? I'm saying he gets the companionship. He gets the support. He gets the intimacy. He gets the loyalty without offering the clarity or direction. And the woman pays the price in time, in opportunity, and in emotional investment. She's waiting for something that may not ever happen. Because, see, when you get married, the clock starts
Excuse
on
me.
that day for the marriage. It don't start when y'all met 5 years ago. It don't start when y'all met 10 years ago. The paperwork for that marriage certificate is gonna say that date that y'all got married. It's not gonna say it 10 years ago. Y'all been talking 10 years. And y'all was just dating 10 years. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the
Okay.
comment was about a proposal. Well, we know proposal is the next step to being the first step before you get married. You see what I'm saying? So like
Mm-hmm.
you could be I ain't seen people be engaged for a long time. And if she ain't even got the proposal yet, this man ain't even made a commitment to her. Let's just say hypothetically speaking, he might be showing up in time and with words, and he might be, let's just say he doing stuff for her. That's still not a commitment to his life. You see what I'm
It's
saying?
not. It's not. Okay.
Not it's not gonna count toward the marriage. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? So, and if marriage
Mm-hmm.
is the goal, why would you wait so late? Hypothetically speaking, like why would you put a woman through 30 years of waiting on you to marry her because you trying to make sure in your mind that you don't cheat on her? Like if you really loved her and you aren't ready to be committed, let it go. That's the real love. And then you'll know if the love
Mm.
is real or not if she stays and wait. If she was gonna wait anyway for you. You see what I'm saying? Like if she was gonna wait, and she was fully dedicated to you, then that's her choice. But if she wasn't, and you're not the person that she's supposed to marry, then technically you're holding her up from her husband because you weren't gonna be her husband. You already made up in your mind. You was too afraid to do that. You see what I'm saying? So why would you be selfish like that and hold her up from her spouse? She paying all this time in loyalty. She paying all this time in opportunity, emotional investment. Women are, I mean, generally speaking, and this is biblical, women are the weaker vessel. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want people to misconstrue this. I'm not saying like, because women can do stuff men can't do, like give birth. And you got to be real strong to do that. But that's how God made us. You see what I'm saying? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying the weaker vessel. We're made to nurture. This man is getting free nurturing. Nurturing that he don't even deserve because he's not her husband. Waiting on a proposal? That's not fair. That's not fair to her. That's absolutely not fair. That's just like that's equivalent to a man fully being in love with a woman and she friends on him and he just waiting. He just waiting for her to give him a chance. He just waiting. He doing stuff for her in hopes that she pay attention to him to give her a chance. But she didn't friend zone him. But she ain't necessarily said it. It's vague. It's vague. She ain't said it. You know what I'm saying? She paying attention to him. She spending time with him. She letting him know, hey, I like you. Hey, I might even love you, right? You've always been there for me. And that man that's been friends on, well, why come we can't be together? Well, I'm not ready yet. Just wait. And he waiting. And 40 years passed. And he waiting. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Nobody deserves that. There's no clarity. A man don't deserve it, a woman don't deserve it. There's no direction. The Bible say God moves with an order. Everything is in good order. There's no order there. You gotta be like Nike and just do
So,
it.
so this is where can he express that to the woman so it won't seem selfish?
Wait, I didn't see that. Go back up. Click on it again. What did it say?
So this is where can he express that to the woman so it won't seem selfish?
Mm, I think he should, hypothetically speaking. Um, I think it should be known, right? Yes, he can express it, but expression has to come with accountability. Saying I'm afraid doesn't automatically remove selfishness. What removes selfishness is what follows the admission, right? If a man says, I'm afraid of fully stepping into a marriage, but then continues to take up her time, receive her loyalty, and benefit from her commitment without a plan or timeline, then the fear is being explained but not resolved. Do you get what I'm saying? That's stalling. You're stalling for time. Like an honest expression would sound something like this. Like, I care about you deeply, but I'm not ready to be the husband that you deserve. I don't want to hold you in uncertainty. So we need to talk about what this means for both of us. And then there needs to be a conversation about that, right? So like that last statement, it does two things. It names the fear and then it returns agency to the woman. Because she would have otherwise lost that agency. You see what I'm saying? But because because once fear is expressed, the action is required. You see what I'm saying? That's what makes it right and wrong. Either he works intentionally toward readiness or he steps aside so she can choose freely, so she can choose freely. Because if she chooses to wait, that's different than just holding her in limbo with uncertainty. That's my point. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's taking away her choice. Like, if you took a child to school and the teacher took away your child's choice to do something that every other child had a chance to do, and that child came home and told you, you'd be upset. So in the same way, God would be upset with that man. He ain't finna have like whatever you sow, you should also therefore reap. So it wouldn't be surprised to me if things keep happening to this man because he playing with God's daughter like that. That wouldn't be surprising to me. Same thing with a woman. It wouldn't be surprising to me if a woman was doing that to a man, friend zoning, for example. This stuff kept happening to her because they playing with God's son. He playing with God's son. Why are you doing that, man? So yes, that's where it becomes self. Like, what he can't do is confess fear and then keep the relationship exactly the same. That's the selfishness, right? So yes, expressing that fear can prevent selfishness, but only if it's paired with clarity afterward and movement and release. Otherwise, that fear becomes a reason to stay comfortable while she stays suspended in limbo. That woman is going to be suspended in limbo. You see what I'm saying? Women are way more emotional than men are. The Bible says women are the weaker vessel. A husband is supposed to have that bucket emotionally ready for that woman. He's supposed to be emotionally mature so that when she come with her broken emotions, he can fill her back up. She could put it in that bucket. And then if he can't carry it, he could give it to God. That's how the order go. God, husband, wife. Because that's what we talking about. Proposal, right? Proposal lead to marriage. You see what I'm saying? And if that's what
Yeah.
he's afraid of, then yeah, that fear can be expressed, but it got to come with a decision. And honesty without action still costs her time. He's taking away her options. He got free will to do what he want to do, but he not being considerate toward what she got to do or what she want to do. And she could want to stay there, you know, or she could not want to stay there. But he don't know because he still got her in limbo. He don't know what she truly wants. He ain't took out time to step back and see what she gonna do. He don't even know who he dealing with. So I mean, Miss Studio is explaining this with a lot of expression. I am because it hit a nerve. Like, I can't stand folks who do folks like that. Like, oh, they just, oh. I should take. Let me go get a glass of water and calm down because they started talking about me in the comments. Let me calm down. I'm an adult.
Oh, so you good? I mean, we can agree to disagree on this. You know what I'm saying? Like it is. Um, you made your points. I made my points. So either or. Um, but who
We
I
ain't finna
am,
do that. Uh-uh.
we ain't finna do it.
What point did you make?
I made the point of what it possibly could be. See,
I'm
you just
listening.
want see, but you only trying to pinpoint the man as being selfish and not actually loving the woman, or
You
the
can
way
love
he's
her. I
doing it,
never once
or
said
the
that.
way he's doing it. I, I, I was saying the way that he's doing it, you kind of said, okay, that ain't love. So you said if that's real love, he should let her go. Like so, what I was saying was different stuff that I felt like could still be love, but he just respects her in a certain way or in a manner, and he's trying to do certain things that way. So I mean, either
What you
or, it could be
mean
your
respect
way.
her?
It could.
Wait. What you mean respect her in a certain manner? So he don't respect her the whole way. He just respect her a little bit, hypothetically. Like what you mean? Like, do he sometimes respect her and then other days
If
he
he
don't?
did, I explained that a while ago. I said respecting her in a way that he do not want to get into a marriage and knowing that he might cheat. So he's not trying to hurt her. So I like I told you earlier, you can say it is what it is on your end or however you want to put it, but I feel like that's a great move for a man that's not trying to hurt somebody too. So
That's not fair to her though. Like you can say what you want, but that's not completely fair to her.
um,
It's really not. And I feel for that woman. I really do. If anybody
okay,
is going through something like that,
so you just saying it ain't fair because he haven't proposed to her yet.
well, that's what the nature of the
That's
question
the only
was.
reason you saying it's not fair.
No,
You
that's
now
not what I
time
said.
you only have expressed what the woman side of this is. You ain't expressed what the man doing. You ain't expressed how he may be feeling. You ain't expressed none of that. You only talked about the woman side. So to
Yeah,
say
because
that
I'm a
it's not
woman, and the question was if a
so to say
man knows that he's afraid to step fully into marriage, the real like that was the nature of the question, talking about a man, and I'm a woman, so naturally I expressed a woman's point of view because I'm a woman. So you would have to give the male point of view in detail of why you didn't feel like that was selfish. Because just saying
well
like, oh, he
I
loves
did
her
that, but
and oh, he didn't want to like, but I was digging for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted you to go
so
more in depth to kind of like explain like, what do you mean? Like, is that the only way that he respects her, or you know what I'm saying? Was that the only reason
I
why he
didn't.
didn't want to do it?
I'm not saying all that. All I gave you were options of why it could be what it is. Off the hypothetical that we got. That's all I did. Like I can't dig deep into it because I don't know why he's doing what he's doing. I don't know.
And that's all I did. I just gave
So
hypotheticals based off the question
yeah,
from a
but you
woman's
see,
perspective.
right, right. But the difference is, I never shut yours down. See, when I gave mine, you pretty much tried to shut it down and say, "Oh no, that's not. No, that's selfish." Like no, like it could be whatever you want it to be, but that don't negate that there could be reasons too.
I
Like,
didn't negate it. Yeah, I thought we was just talking greasy. I didn't negate it. I just expressed
well,
my,
you
opinion. And I'm sorry
wait,
if it came off like I shut it down. Like, yeah, that's probable too. But I just personally feel like that's, selfish, and that's my opinion.
right. That's all I'm saying. I'm just leaving it open because it could be multiple things. Like, so you could be right with what you're saying. I could be right in what I'm saying. It could be multiple things. I just don't. I don't know. People do stuff on their own time. Whenever they feel like they
Mm.
want to propose to a woman, that's when they're proposed to her. It don't
But
matter if
how
it
does
been
it? How does
it
it?
don't matter
How is
it
that
don't matter if
loyalty?
it don't matter if it been 5 years, it don't matter if it been a month. Everybody's different. Like and see that's what I think most people get misconstrued is they look at other people and they think, oh no, we should be married now, or we should be proposed to now. They only been together 2 years. They proposed. He already proposed to her. Why ain't got now? Oh, they've been together 4 years. He already proposed to her. Huh? Why ain't got now? Everybody want to compare time frames, but everybody's different. You can't
I don't
compare.
think that that's it. I don't think that that's it because all women don't do that. For example, I don't do that because my daddy raised me and told me, and this just from a personal experience. So that's why I could say this. But my daddy always told me like a man already know. He know. It don't take long for a man to realize whether or not he want to marry a woman. It do not take long. You know what
That
I'm
could be
saying?
facts. That don't mean he gonna do it right then either. He can
But
know
a
he want to marry
proposal.
her. That don't mean he gonna do it right then. That's all I'm saying. Like he could
Mm,
still be wanting to marry that woman, but
mm,
then if he don't want to propose to her right then, he's not gonna do it. And then
but what if?
some men don't want to be proposed to nobody for no 3 years. Like some men want to propose and get married.
What you mean? Like a meet like the same day or something? Like what you mean?
No,
I don't get
I'm
it.
just saying I'm saying in a short time frame. Like nobody most some men don't want to propose to you and then marry you a whole another year later. Some men might
But
want to propose to you and marry you in the next couple months. Like
mm, hmm
because we talking about proposal.
right, and you can
So
spay. From my understanding, you
and
could
to
be
your point,
engaged for any length amount of time. So like
right?
the
That's true.
proposal, the point of the proposal is like to secure the commitment. You see what I'm saying? And for a woman, that security is what she would want. For a man, see, men don't need security because they usually the leaders. You see what I'm saying? So a man doesn't inherently need that from a woman. He don't need a woman to secure him. You see what I'm saying? By nature of how God made us. But a woman needs a man to secure her. You see what I'm saying? By nature of the way that God made her. So that's why I was saying like if this was a man and a man, I can understand it.
So let
Because
me ask you. Let me
that other
so.
man wouldn't need, you know what I'm saying? But because this is a woman,
I ain't got that. We ain't talk about that like that. Uh,
I'm just I'm just
so
saying like
so let me ask you this question.
mhm
Okay, and this your personal opinion.
mhm
Okay. Um, TG, you sound like you got shut down too. What happened to your spark? I did get shut down because I mean,
and my bad. I'm sorry. I ain't mean
when
to
I
shut you
put my
down.
opinion out there, like I just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
My bad. I don't want you
right,
to feel like I'm
a
shutting you
woman
down. I was
definitely
just speaking
needs
my
that
opinion.
security.
Yeah, my
So
bad.
my question to this, do a ring mean that much?
Is that a real question?
It really is because let's just say we didn't have rings, which we do in society now. Let's just say we don't have rings, and that man verbally said to you, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna marry you." Would you feel security then without the ring?
Okay, give me the say it again. I missed it. I was too busy still thinking about your question. Go ahead.
Let's just say we didn't have rings in the world, and the ring didn't symbolize anything because it only symbolizes what you wanted to. Because I know people married don't even wear them, so it only symbolizes what you wanted to. So
What?
let's just say you didn't have it. A ring only symbolizes what you wanted to,
Oh,
because
okay.
you can walk around without a ring on and be just as committed as you can with one on. So the ring only symbolizes what you wanted to. But what I'm saying is because we talk about a proposal, so a lot of times the proposal comes with a ring, right?
Mhm.
So So if we take the ring away and a man done a verbal proposal to you, or just a verbal telling you that I'm gonna marry you, would you feel security then?
What's the thing he'll do in lieu of the symbolization of the ring? What's the thing in this alternate reality?
He would do nothing. He would
So it
verbally
would
tell
in this
you that
alternate
he's gonna marry
reality.
you. We don't have no rings in this alternate.
Okay, let's
There's
just
no
say it's
symbol for a ring.
oh,
The ring means nothing.
okay. So there's no symbolic thing telling. Okay, well then it would have to default back to courting. Then he would have to pay a dowry, and the dowry would tell me that he was serious about me. So if no dowry
Hmm?
was paid, then I wouldn't believe him. Does that
Okay.
answer your question?
I guess so. But yeah. Okay. I don't know. We gonna leave it. What's it? All right.
I mean, you saying like if he just saying I want to marry you, but no ring.
Yeah. You sound like you saying he gotta pay something after if there's no ring involved, he gotta pay something.
That's how it used to be.
Like no, that's not how it used to be. That might be how
Yes,
they
it
made
is.
it. It's not how it was. So you can stop
You
that.
should read the Bible. You should read
Okay.
the
Okay. What
Bible.
what did Adam pay? Cause they didn't have no rings. What
Oh,
did
that was the
Adam pay?
first marriage. That was the first
Right.
marriage.
So
He
it
was,
was still a marriage.
but after
Okay.
Adam, it was a dowry though. It was a dowry. Like they had to do courting. Um, the husband would have to, or the future husband. What is that noise? Okay, the
That's
future
my
husband
computer.
will have to
You
go
good?
to the father and ask for the hand in marriage while also carrying like like gifts or dowry that summed up to whatever amount to convince the father to give the daughter's hand in marriage.
But see, you
And some people
now you're
still do
bringing
that.
another party into it.
Well, the daughter belongs to. Okay, so I'm talking about biblically
Yeah.
speaking, right?
Oh,
The
where is
like
he going?
a father has to give his daughter away. That's the point of a wedding, like where the father hands away her hand in marriage. Like that was the whole thing. So like people still do that today. Like their father walks them down the aisle and gives their hand in marriage away to the husband to be. Like
Yeah,
that's where
but
that
but
came from.
but
It was
see,
a
but see,
dowry back in the day. Oh, okay.
yeah,
All right.
but you just brought that up. But what I'm saying, so if you're gonna say let's go back to biblical, that's not happening today. You got people still go to their father, but they don't bring nothing to compensate. Let's just say I'm trying to marry your daughter.
That's not happening in the states,
They don't
but that's
they don't
definitely
pay
happening
nothing.
today in other places.
Okay, I don't know nothing about other places. I ain't staying over there, so I don't know nothing about that.
But to answer your question,
I
does the
know I'm
ring
the
mean
states.
that much? I really want to answer that question. Um, does the ring mean that much? The reason I was laughing is because the ring itself isn't magic. It's not the metal, it's not the price. What the ring represents is public intention. You see what I'm saying? Like words can express desire, and a proposal expresses decision. And saying I'm going to marry you is a promise about the future. Like a proposal is a commitment in the present. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the difference. The ring isn't just a symbol to her; it's a signal to the world that says I've chosen, I'm accountable, and I'm moving forward. And here's why that matters for a woman. So, like, without a proposal, the relationship still lives in potential. It's only potential. That's the only place that it lives, right? And so, with the proposal, it moves it into a direction. So, the ring itself doesn't secure a woman because of tradition, it secures her because it removes ambiguity. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no confusion. It's a clear direction because other men see that ring on her finger and they're like, oh, she's been chosen. She has chosen that man, whoever she's talking to. You see what I'm saying? So it answers questions like, are we progressing or are we just comfortable? It answers questions like, is this intentional or is this conditional? This relationship that the man and woman is. It answers questions like, am I being chosen or just included? You see what I'm saying? Because it's a difference from being
So
chosen and being included. Wait, I'm not finished now. Now here we go. Let me be clear. A ring doesn't guarantee character, right? Marriage still requires integrity, faithfulness, and follow through. But a proposal does require courage. You see what I'm saying? It requires a man to stop hovering in a maybe and step into the I'm responsible for this choice. So if a man says, I'm going to marry you, just not yet, no ring, the real question becomes, what's the timeline? What's the plan? What's the accountability? Because if there's no movement, no clarity, and no marker of progress, and the ring is, and let me remind you, the ring is a marker of progress. Then the words are just comforting. They're not securing. So no, the ring isn't everything, but neither are words without action, sir. You see what I'm saying? A proposal just isn't about pretty jewelry or very expensive jewelry. It's about aligning between intention and movement with that person going forward. So if there is no movement, there is no security. And a woman would love to be secured by a man who's pursuing her. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was laughing about. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Well, it's not about the ring or how much it costs. It's about the commitment to the relationship. And that's all I'm saying. If it's about just the commitment to the relationship, then a man should be verbally able to just tell you that without presenting you with a ring.
Oh, he could, but there's no marker toward progress, and that's the point of the ring.
And the marker is only for public. The market
Right,
it,
because
it,
okay,
it will
because
be
right,
it will
because
be
what
it will
man
be
wants
it will
another
be it will be it will be a verbal marker between the two people that's involved, not everybody in the world, so
right,
they
but
can see it.
hear me out, talking greasy, hear
Because
me
you're
out.
not marrying everybody, you're not in a
You right,
commitment with
TG.
everybody.
You right. Let me say this though. You're right. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you are deeply in love with a woman, but you are not ready to commit. Hypothetically, let's just say this woman is walking along aside you in ambiguity and confusion, and she don't know the timeline, she don't know the plan. It's not clear to her, right? And she love you too. But let's just say, um, this other dude started pursuing her because he like it ain't no ring on your finger, and she don't necessarily want him to, but he show up more than you do. You see what I'm saying? And because she done told him, like, hey, please stop, and he don't stop, you know what I'm saying? What's to stop another dude from come swooping her up? Because in a man's eyes, it's not about.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Before you even go any further, what's supposed to stop her from another man coming scoop her up is her morals and respect to know she's already in something that's already trying to
Is she
progress.
though? Because where's the ring?
That's
Is
what's
she in
supposed to stop
something?
her.
Is she in something though?
Without a ring,
She's
that's
still
still supposed to
single.
stop
She
her.
not married. What
Right?
morals?
What?
What morals?
Wait, what?
She's not married.
Also,
What? She's not cheating.
now
She's
morals are
not
out the
cheating. She
door
has
now.
no
Okay.
husband. This is a single woman that we're talking about in this hypothetical. She's literally not married. So she's not obligated to her husband because she doesn't have one. You see
Okay.
what I'm saying? So what is morally stopping her? The Bible doesn't say, oh, you can't date somebody because you're talking to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Now it'll be different if sex get involved and all that other kind of stuff. But if she just talking verbally talking to somebody, what morals? Because she's not married. And then like the ring, what the
Okay.
ring would do
Well, they
would make
both are
it
single. Then why would he propose to her anyway if they both single?
to move
What?
the singlehood to engagement. That's the point. That's the point. To move the singlehood into engagement. Like engagement says like I'm committed to this decision. You see what I'm saying? Like come on. Come on. Bro, like,
Yeah.
come on. I want to meet a
Mhm.
man doing this to this woman. I want to meet a man doing this to a woman so that I can pay her $1,000 a week, and she got to be bad too. She gonna be the baddest, his type, and have that woman to pursue that man that's dragging his feet. I guarantee you, that man that's dragging his feet on that woman to stop with the woman that he loves and start looking at this woman who paying more attention to him, the one that's getting paid that he don't know she getting paid because he's not obligated to her. He's going to sleep with the other woman. He's going to be with the one, the other woman. There's no he not married, so he gonna try her out and see what it is here. Because why does woman keep doing this? You see what I'm saying? Why this woman keep coming? I already told her I was in love with another woman. She don't care. She don't care. So you think like if a woman can do that to a man, what make you think a man won't do that to a woman? It's been times where when I was married and had a big old ring on my finger, dudes would still approach me and be like, "Are you married?" Yes. Are you happy though? Like they would still try, and I was married, and they would still try. So I mean, and this woman single too. Like, come on, man, come on. These dudes is ruthless out here. You know how these dudes is. Like, I know dudes right now. Like, my brother won't even allow the lady that he talking to go and get her gas. He don't want her to get her gas at night or in the daytime. He makes sure her gas is full because he is buying a ring to make her him his. He don't even want these dudes to have a chance at the gas station at all whatsoever. Not even in the daytime.
You said he buying
So,
one.
hmm
Okay, okay.
they ain't been talking long, but he already got his mind made up.
Yeah, yeah, but he ain't done it yet, right? So he just
No,
like the other guy.
I don't know. He showed me a
If
couple of
if
them
he,
that he
but
didn't already purchase.
but if he ain't done it, he just
He
like
ain't
the other guy,
proposed, but he
right?
got a couple of them. He ain't
So the other
proposed, but
guy,
he got a
the
couple.
other guy, the other guy could be having rings too. He just ain't done it.
My point is that wasn't the point of what I was saying. The point of what I'm saying is like some men, okay, dudes who know what other dudes are like and they really into a woman, they not gonna let that woman do certain things because they already got in their mind like, hey, I know that another dude can come and snatch this woman from under me because she's not married yet. Because this woman is in ambiguity, because this woman is confused about the timeline. And he knows that she's confused because he the one controlling the timeline. So that's why he don't that's my point. That's what I'm telling you. That's
Well,
why he
when
don't
you
allow her to do certain things. Like he makes sure all the gas is in her car, so she ain't never got to go to the gas station because he don't want her to be approached by other men because he knows that other guys will try her. She's
well
gorgeous.
when you dating, a woman has a mind of her own. She don't listen.
Yeah, but
Like
that don't
what?
stop a man from taking advantage of her. She the weaker
Like
vessel.
what? When you're
That
dating,
don't
like
stop.
you're talking, like the
That
example
don't
that
mean
you're
nothing. I didn't.
giving, like the example that you're giving is of somebody that's dating. So that
Right.
woman a lot of times ain't gonna just listen to that man and say, "Oh, I ain't gonna go. I ain't gonna go at this such time because you said so." And no, she's still gonna go.
Okay. Let me give it to you in a different perspective. Here we go. So I've been in a situation here recently. This happened to me last week. Um, and I'm a single woman or whatever. And let's just be honest, rings or symbolizations of rings, like had I had a ring on my finger, it would have made it easier for me to say no. Because let me tell you why. So like this guy approached me at the gas station and he was like, "Hey, can I get your number?" I was like, "No, thank you." He was like, "Well, why not?" I was like, "Hey man, I'm not having a great day. No, thank you." Oh man, that man, he ain't doing nothing for me. I said, "You assume why you assume like this man automatically assumed I was talking to somebody." And I was like, "Look, just hey man, let me just get my gas, man." And he was like, "Oh, stupid B, I just no 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 no," and like he literally took a cup of whatever it was he was drinking and threw it on me. You see what I'm saying? Like, had I had a ring on my finger, because this has also happened to me when I've been married. You see what I'm saying? Had I had
It
a
would have made
ring
a
on my
difference.
finger, it would have made it easier and more obvious and safer. You see what I'm saying?
No, no,
Like, and
man,
I'm not saying
no, man. Because the men are nowadays they are very well more comfortable approaching a woman that's married now than a woman that's single
even more
because
reason to
they
have a wife.
ain't got to deal with it. They ain't got to deal with a whole lot of the backlash. They just want to do what they want to do and get on down. So they're
That's what
more
I'm saying.
comfortable
He don't understand.
nowadays approaching a woman that's already married than a woman that's single.
But I'm not already married, and he ain't seen no
No,
ring. That's
no,
why he
you
approached me.
no. I'm
You see what I'm
saying that's what
saying?
I'm saying, but that's what you said. You said if you was married, it'd have been easier.
It would have been easier because it ain't. I ain't never in my life had like a cup thrown on me with like whatever he was drinking just because I like denied a person because I didn't want to give them my number. You know what I'm saying? Like Okay, now granted, this is this person, right? This individual person, that person doesn't take rejection well. But what would have made it easier is if I would have, like, had I been married, like I said, I've been in similar circumstances when I was married, and the man was harassing me at the gas pump or whatever. I just called my husband immediately, and he was there. I had went to the gas station up the street, and then my husband pulled up while this dude was talking to me, and that man left. I didn't get no cup thrown on me. You see what I'm saying? That protection was there. But in this season right now, I'm not married. I'm single. I didn't have nobody to call who could pull up to scare that man off. That man could have pulled out a gun and took my life. You see what I'm saying? So
So,
like,
so hold up. So you thought, and this just me being honest. Now, I'm just asking you questions. So you using a reference of being married and calling somebody to come there as protection,
you don't think that's
right?
protection? You don't think men protect women?
Yeah, I do. But what I'm
Okay.
saying is your reference is the same on both scenarios because if you got to call somebody to come there, whatever that individual wanted to do could have been done by the time they get there. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
but
I'm just
but
being
at
honest
least,
with the scenario.
but see,
You know what
you're
I'm
right.
saying?
You absolutely right. You absolutely right. But here's the difference. Here's the difference. If that man, let's just say hypothetically speaking, it would have went wrong and it wouldn't have been a cup of water in a single hood, right? And he would have pulled out a gun and then pew pew. If I was married, my spouse could have got justice. But since I'm not married, there's no one to protect me. There's no one to call. I would have just been on the news. You see what I'm saying? Nobody to avenge my death. Nobody probably even would have known, like for a few days, that it would have been me. You see what I'm saying? Because now I don't have a husband. So like it ain't like I live a life where I'm like a social butterfly. Don't nobody check on me like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, let me see. If you live in a life like that, or if you're in a season to where you're isolated and you don't have that protection, like bro, like people can like who would know like there's a difference. You see what
I'm,
I'm saying?
I'm
Like that don't change the fact that like I didn't feel protected when that person did that to me. You see what I'm saying? But I did feel protected inside of a marriage when a different person had done something similar. You see what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it matters to the woman. It might not matter to the man, but it matters to the woman. So like, I like, no, I'm deaf at the gas station now. Anybody say anything to me, I'm deaf. As a matter of fact, I'm finna drive my car until it goes onto E. Because why would I go to a gas station when I know people are out here that like hurt me? You see what I'm saying? That ties back into the topic tonight, fear. Because like when a woman needs security. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not safe out here for a lot of women. Men are will like do anything. Women need to be protected. You see what I'm saying? And so if a woman is in limbo about like she in a relationship with a person that's not solidified by a proposal, or she in a relationship that where a man is saying like, oh, I'm gonna shoulda coulda woulda, and like there's been a marriage, like is she really in a relationship at all? Like where's the commitment, right? Or you might
I'm-
say, oh well, the commitment is time, or on the man's behalf, or the commitment is money on the man's behalf, or the commitment is consistency on the man's behalf. It's like, yeah, but like
yeah, but that mean nothing.
I didn't say it didn't mean anything. I'm saying it's not progressing. You're not listening. It's the difference. Like, where is it going? This is like, that's not a marriage. Like, living in limbo, that's not a marriage. I don't care what you say. In no world or society is that a marriage. It's not a marriage until it is. You see what I'm saying? And if that woman is having hopes of being inside of a marriage and she's not, then it's still not a marriage. You see what I'm saying? Like a
So
marriage
what
is a
what
marriage
if
is a
what if
marriage.
what if the Bible said we supposed to obey the lands of the law, right? So they've done this common law thing now. So is that still considered a marriage?
In some states, in states that people, whatever. But it ain't no. It's still got to be a piece of paper where you go and get the common law. Like with
No,
common
you don't.
law, if I'm not mistaken, with common law, you would have to prove that both of the people's residence is in the same place for a specific amount
Right.
of time.
You
I
can do
think
that, but
like
y'all
I
still
think
not
like
physically
it.
married.
Yeah, and they give you they give you a what you call it that after you bring that burden of proof, because the burden of proof is on the man and the woman who's been staying together. You
Well,
see what I'm saying?
I don't
So
think
once
you
they
have to
bring
bring
that,
no
yeah,
from my,
that's how it
from
works.
my
It's
no.
not like a he say she say situation. Because on paper, these people are not married until they are.
So so now so you're saying they put the common law into place. You have to go down there and tell them that you common law.
Is that not how it works?
I didn't think that was because they put a stipulation in a year on it. I didn't think you had to go down there and tell them. I really didn't.
There's no piece of paper though. Like,
Which means there's no piece of paper.
okay, now explain what you were saying again,
What
because
I was saying I don't know, but I didn't think you had to go down there and tell them. I think that was the whole point of putting the common law in there. That ain't nobody got to come and tell you because if you come in and tell them, you might well do the marriage. You might well do the actual marriage. You wouldn't do the common law. Why would you do the
right, and
common
those
law?
people would be married.
You
You
know,
said as long as you do the common law, then what?
I said, why would you do the common law if you're gonna go down there and tell them? It seems like more sense to do you just go down there and get married. I
But what
didn't
is
think
it common
I
law
didn't,
to though? Like, is it common law to divorce or is it common law to be married?
I'm allowed to be married.
Okay, so like I said, yes, in some places, common law is recognized as a relationship is married after certain conditions are met. But you got to notice what common law does. Like it recognizes what people have already been living, not what they intentionally declared. You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Common law
You
is
can stay together and not be
retrospective. It's
married.
not
You can stay
common
together
law
and
is
not be married.
common law is retrospective. It's not a proposal is prospective. So common
So
law is saying like you've been acting married long enough that the law is stepping in. And proposal says
right.
that I'm choosing you publicly
So
and intentionally
what?
before the law has to get. So that distinction matters because like common law doesn't come from clarity, it comes from ambiguity that went
So
on for too long. So let's be
so would
honest
you
about the real issue here though.
so
Like
would
if
you
a
consider that
man,
a marriage?
okay, let me answer your question. So let's be honest about this real issue. So if a man is like comfortable letting a relationship drift into common law status, but uncomfortable about making a clear proposal, then that's not about the ring, the law, or the tradition. That's about what I think like avoiding a moment of decision. That's what I think it is. Like common law doesn't require a conversation, a clear ask, a moment of vulnerability, or like public accountability. Proposal does though, and that's why women often care about it. Not because they want the paperwork, but because they want to know. Like were we chosen or did we just slide into this? Now, I guess two people can genuinely agree upon this common law intentionally. Like, yeah, if it's discussed and it's mutually, aligned. But if one person is waiting on clarity and the other person is hiding behind common law to avoid stepping up, then it's still not a partnership, and that still wouldn't be a marriage. That would be convenience. Yeah, so common law could like recognize like, oh, um, let's just say once you've done the common law, y'all been doing this long enough for the law to step in. It can recognize the commitment of y'all like living in the same place long enough for the law to step in, but it can't replace the clear communication and the intentional choice. He still didn't intentionally choose her. He was just staying with her.
He didn't intentionally choose her, but he was there with her.
No, cause no, he was just staying with her. That was a roommate. That's a roommate that you sleeping with. That's not a wife.
He still had the intention to choose to be that roommate too. So you could say he didn't choose her, but he
Yeah, yeah,
did.
you could choose.
Cause he
Yeah,
be
I would
there.
choose. Let's just okay. Let's talk about reasons
If he
why
didn't
men
choose her, he
do
wouldn't
that.
be there.
Then he probably don't have nowhere else to go. I would choose too if I was a man and I ain't had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like
Okay.
it's a decision. Yeah, it's still a decision. That don't mean he intentionally chose her. It could have been circumstantial. Like maybe he was too broke to go buy a mansion.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Like a lot of times, that's why people do common law. They scream, "Oh, it's too expensive for one person to live. People got to live together, and split all the bills equally. And the woman got to do some of the man job. You know what I'm saying? She need to be out there cutting the yard and stuff. because I can't do all that because I work a job, but she do too, and she also got to deal with the kids. But you don't deal with the kids. She just does. Okay, I'm just saying. I didn't seen it happen. I don't know. I just don't
Did,
personally feel like
did they stay
I
there?
feel like hmm.
Did they stay there?
Just who stay there?
Whoever you talking about, you said you done seen it happen. I said, did they stay there?
Yeah, but it didn't count
Why it didn't count?
because that woman never got married to him.
No, I'm saying, did the woman stay there at the? Because you just explained, you just said a man said
Nah,
all
she
this and
left a
that.
couple
But
times. Nah, she left a couple times, and he went to go get her and bring her back to the house. But she left a couple times. She didn't want that.
she didn't want that. She didn't want it.
No,
She
she
can't be
felt
brought back.
trapped. She
She
couldn't
didn't
just
want it. She
leave. He
can't
went
be
and
brought
got her.
back. She okay.
She couldn't just leave. He went back and got her. He found her and the kids and brought her back every time she tried to leave. In that situation that I'm talking about,
Okay. Okay.
she didn't want that.
Okay.
But they was living together. You know what I'm saying, for a long time, raised kids.
I believe that was it.
I mean, I don't know though. Everybody got their own. You know, if a man feel like he not ready yet, then he just not ready yet. I was just simply saying, it's not fair to the woman if he don't be clear about the intentions. Now, it is fair if he clear about the intentions and there's movement and they discussed it and it's a game plan. Then that's fair because she what she want to be and he what he want to be. That's fair, you know. But if the question wasn't based off of that, the question was pull back up the question again so we can read it.
What question? Which one?
Oh, okay. The
Oh,
question was if a man has fear to propose, something like to that effect. Is it fear when a man is in a relationship for a while and he knows that she's the one for him to propose to her? That was the question. And I
yeah,
was just saying,
I think
like,
so.
yeah, I think that is, you know,
Yeah. Everybody has an opinion.
hmm.
So your opinion might be right, mine might be right.
You're right. Who knows?
I just said a lot of times it's not always what you think when you're dealing with people. So
So what else could it be though? Like
I, I,
that's what I've
I've
been
already,
trying to
I've
say the
already,
whole
I've
time.
already stated what else it could be. But if you ain't open enough to realize that it could be that, then you're not gonna realize that it could be that.
I heard what you said. You said that that man just not ready yet. And that man could really love her and respect her and he just not ready yet. But that's not saying what else it could be though. Like what would possess a man? Like I just don't that's vague. You see what I'm saying?
How is that vague?
Because it don't go into detail of what he really trying to do, what his intentions are. Like and that's kind of like
I
the
don't know
heart.
what his intentions are. I was just speaking my
Right.
opinion. I don't know what his intentions are. I was just speaking my opinion.
I mean, me neither. That's what we both were doing, like speculating hypothetically. But
I
in
know,
this
but you
specific
said, but
hypothetical,
you
it was
said it
just
was
like,
vague.
yeah, that hypothetical was like vague on the man's part because it's like what would a man who behaves in this way, what would his intentions, what could they be, right? And so I gave like specific intentions that a woman that he could have against the woman, and I was hoping that you had defended, specific intentions hypothetically for the woman, but you didn't. You know, you were just like, well, he could just love her, and he could just not be
No,
ready. It was like,
no,
well, that was implied in the question.
I named a couple things. I don't know if you listening, but I named a couple things.
Wow. What did you say? Maybe I wasn't listening.
Um, I don't know. It could be things he see. It could be something he see that he think maybe gonna work out later on. I don't know. Be something that he feel like he ain't getting. So I mean, it could be a number of things. Just like a woman, a man want to feel certain things too. So if he
That's
ain't
fair.
feeling it yet, then he ain't gonna ask her to marry him yet.
That's fair.
So it could be that. You talk about
Mm.
security. A man want things too. So just like a woman want things,
Well,
and
why
if he
won't he
feel like
just
he can go
find a
get it,
woman that'll give it to her? That'll give. Why won't he just find a woman that will give him those things? That's
maybe he thought
also
he
an
did.
option. Oh, well, you just said that she. Okay.
I said maybe he thought he did.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say he knew he did. I said maybe he thought.
You did. I understood that.
Okay.
That's crazy though. I don't know. People, it is all kind of people out here, bro. Like, and people be thinking all kind of stuff. And I have fun, like, exploring these thought processes, on these podcasts because, like, just it like adds to the social experiments that I be having in real life with real people, and like to talk about it in hindsight, it like brings so much clarity. You know what I'm saying? And behind the types of people and the types of mindsets and mentalities that people have, So, yeah, this was a good talk.
It was.
You sleepy?
Yeah, excellent points. I am
Hmm.
Aries. I'm an Aries. You got to come up on this panel one of these good old nights because you just be commenting away, which is fine.
Mm,
I ain't saying don't comment,
mm.
but one of these good old nights you got to come on up here and join in. One of these good old nights now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to put a voice to the I am Aries. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But nah, if you don't, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Some people just like to stay in the chat. I'm just talking smack. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on tonight. I really
yeah,
appreciate it.
'cause we almost at 3 hours. I wouldn't even expect
Boy, what time this got heated then?
I keep that in mind. Keep that in your mind that I am Aries in your mind. Tomorrow night, be ready to come up. You got 24 hours. That's all you got to keep in mind. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't take me serious because you ain't gonna be on here tomorrow night because I said that. Don't take me. I don't even know if I'm gonna get on tomorrow night. Shit, I got some other stuff going on, so I might. I'm gonna try to though. Hopefully, I'll be done handling that by then. But yeah. So, but yeah, yeah. Appreciate you for coming on this studio. It's always enlightenment when you pop up. Always, always a good time. But you got any last words? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. What
Go
I
ahead.
am Aries. I'm sorry. Oh wow. What I am Aries. But yeah. Go ahead. Rock out.
All right, you guys.
I want to find me. I'm sorry. I want to find me a. I want, I'm sorry. I want to find me a consistent panel of people, at least about four, at least like every night. That's my goal right now. Just so y'all know, cause y'all be consistent. Y'all pop on pretty consistent. So I appreciate y'all on that. But I want to find at least a consistent panel of 4 people like almost every night. It comes up that discusses the topics and just hear like 4 different opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just want to throw that in there. I'm sorry. All right, but
Gotta be
rock
careful
out,
what
Mister.
you ask for now. You gotta be careful
Hey,
what you ask for, because all 3 of them people might be against it. Now, I'm just like,
hey, that's cool too. That's cool. That's
no,
cool.
you don't take rejection well.
Nah, but I always come out of a corner though, and I'm always looking good when I come
Swinging,
out. Nah,
swinging. You be
I ain't
coming out
swinging.
swinging, right?
I'm just looking good when I come out. That's all. So trust me, I ain't get beat up in the corner. I came out looking good. Just remember that.
I actually got quite a lot to say. Like, I think tonight really showed us that fear isn't the enemy. I feel like confusion is, right? That fear can be information, right? And avoidance, ugh, sorry, y'all. Um, is when fear starts driving the car, right? So protection should help you grow and not disappear, and wisdom should create like a clarity and not ambiguity. So whether we're talking about rest, relationship, proposals, peace, or like just real work, like it's about building a capacity to show up honestly and choosing intentionality, right? It's about taking responsibility for how our fear affects other people. And if your boundaries isolate you, then they might need examination, right? If fear keeps you from choosing and it's no longer protecting you, and if your peace requires constant escape, then it might not be peace yet. So I appreciate the space and the dialogue and the honesty tonight, and thank y'all for the conversation. I'm out.
All right now. I guess I'm out.
Out.
Hey, I am Aries. I asked you, oh wow, what? Now you've been typing all night. Now you can't type. So I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. I'm I'm joking. Don't take me serious. I'm joking. Uh, um, I'm gonna end it with this, man. Life is short. Like for real, life is too short to be kind of living in it with a like an emotional, bulletproof glass. You know what I'm saying? Like take that vest off. Take it off. Breathe, live. You know what I'm saying? If you get hurt, heal from it. You know, don't build a cage around your heart. Like, and remember this, because the same walls that you put up to keep pain out is the very same wall that will keep love out too. You know what I'm saying? So just a food for thought. You know what I'm saying? So, 24 hour. Nah, you good. I am Aries. You good. Hey, you be tapping in. You good. I gotta mess with you because hey, you know you're a loyal supporter. So I appreciate you. Uh, Welcome to the Greasy Gang. You pretty much Greasy Gang now. You know what I'm saying? You solidified. So, but yeah, like I said, and that keeps love out. So, and they're just being real. Like so, but we should get ready to get up out of here. So, like I always said before I get up out of here, you got somebody you love, go talk to them, hug them, kiss them. Give them their flowers, because what somebody going through today could very well be you tomorrow. Once again, thank y'all for everybody that showed up, the studio for coming up, for people that's in the comments. Thank everyone that played a part in the live tonight. Um, if you feel like it, share it, like it, subscribe. If you're fooling with the content, just do that. If you're not, hey, I still like the view. Whichever way it comes, it comes. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. And whatever it's gonna be is already done being. You feel what I'm saying? So, but with that, this has been Talking Greasy. If fear of being hurt, saving you or sabotaging you. This has been the show. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And we out. Be blessed.